Do you guys think that if you're unhappy, that's a good reason to leave a marriage? See?
I don't think you're gonna be happy all the time. So I don't. It depends. How long have I been unhappy?
Right.
Because my kids are seeing that.
Right.
I think that matters too. Like
Most don't have nothing to do with
there's a lot of people.
It don't have anything to do with age. Getting married too late. People don't have the intestinal fortitude for marriage. You get up there and say these vows. It's duty and responsibility, time and pain. It's the kids. It's the rearing. It's lineage and legacy. That's a joke in itself.
But is that not part of the kids? So your kids are a direct reflection of you. So if my kids are seeing me unhappy, now what?
What are you talking about?
Because you said happiness in the marriage because you just said that kids are part of it, right?
Let me explain it to you. You're conflating your happiness with how the kids are treated, right? I'm not even talking about the kids. I'm talking about you being happy, right? I just said that about sex, so don't act like you can't do it about everything else. So now that we have a baseline with that, you can fake it till you make it in front of them kids all the time. Now, kids have discernment. I understand that, but happiness doesn't mean everything has to be egregious in the household. However, we know ebb and flow. Is that a thing, or are we dismissing postpartum?
The postpartum depression is.
Do we have menopause?
Right,
and so you guys go through these ebb and flow periods where your happiness is intrinsically not working.
But that's why I agree.
But I'm just saying. But you put it on the kids. Like, no, answer my question directly based on happiness itself.
I did, but I said it depends on how long I've been unhappy. Raising my kids in a house where there's no happiness is not
selfish.
That's not life goals.
No,
just for the sake to say I have a husband. Are you serious?
No, you made a commitment under the Most High God, right? Unless you don't believe.
Who cares about the commitment if I'm unhappy and I'm dying inside?
Don't interrupt them, Melly. Sorry, Nikki, what you say?
I'm not staying unhappy for 10 months. You talking about 10 years?
Well, I've stayed unhappy for a very, very long time. But who is going to continuously stay in an unhealthy marriage where you're burning inside, you're dying inside, you done forgot who you are, you done forgot your self-worth, and you're just super unhappy, like depressed to that point, just to say I have a husband and I have a family?
I think that we know how hoes are created. Callie said it earlier. Something about they ain't had their daddy, their daddy didn't love them. That's one. Secondly, most of these hoes been hurt by a man. Just like these niggas that been hurt by women, they become hoes. It's the same thing.
Savage.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Even with what Callie is saying, the lack of love, hopelessness, a deficit, desperation. That's all the same umbrella. I'm desperate for the love of a real man because a man never loved me. So I'm out there searching for the love of a man. But because I don't know how to properly find love from a man because I never experienced it. So now from the worst experience that I've had and the damage that I've had from men, I'm telling you now I'm only going to use them for what I like them for because there's no possibility that they could ever even try to love me correctly. And I'm so lost on love, so in the deficit, I'll be desperate. And a lot of women have penis in that. The girl come up here, hands. Remember the girl that came up here who was cosplaying a man? She was a whole butch, calling the women male-centered up here. You're trying to become them niggas. Talk about worship when you think you're fucking up a storm because you're a man and you're acting like a man. That's male worship down to the ground.
So the women who are promiscuous, are we saying they're all desperate?
Majority. I'm not saying that, but I know.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like in my point in my life, I feel like I was being groomed to cater to him.
So at 18, when did you guys break up or stop dealing with each other?
When I was 21, turning 22. So
you went for about 3 to 4 years. How did you upgrade him?
I think that I gave him a different perspective.
You also feel like after you dated him, I upgraded you, and then all these women want you after what I did for you.
He was 18, bro. Like you grilling him, bro. What the fuck?
It's hard to imagine an 18-year-old girl upgrading a 28-year-old man, but then you left curious, what could you have possibly really done to a man that age? Like you don't have no money, you 18, you don't have much knowledge, you 18.
But what we're witnessing is cognitive dissonance. So there's no way you admonish the man by saying that you upgraded him, and then in another breath say he groomed you. Mm-hmm. Those two things are diametrically opposed. Right, and then you said age don't matter. People could be wise beyond their years. However, when Tamia gave you the bail money about you being 18, you're like, yeah, I was just 18. Nah, because remember you just said that you had the wisdom and understanding of somebody older than that, which is what you would be able to bestow on him. Right? Ooh. So these things are conflicting when we saying them. Did you actually upgrade him, or was you mad and talking shit to him because he cheated on? Are most of us cowards? Are most of us willing to kill and die for our wife and children? Are we willing to defend ourselves? Do we know what it looks like when shit is hitting the fan? Do we know when danger is actually upon us? How many dangerous situations have we been in to tell? Do we know who we are in these ways? I'm gonna just tell y'all this. If you are in a real life situation and a person approaches you after an aggressive conversation, get yourself in a position in which you can defend yourself properly. So don't stay in a position that doesn't give you any advantage but put you at a disadvantage. Don't ever do that. see people picking and choosing, you know? So if I'm going to approach you in an aggressive manner, then I should stay that way. Or else you look bad. That shit look corny. That shit don't look good for men. Because it's like, damn, is there a low-level threat of violence between men for real? But that's the word. We pump faking. We half stepping. That shit take away from our strength, our bravado, when we don't know how this shit's supposed to go. So this is a thing that I just been trying to process, man. Don't sleep on nobody and be ready. Be ready as you can. The man says he got cheated on, and you tell him he's the reason why he got cheated on because she didn't feel like she was getting enough emotional support from him, and you justify him getting cheated on.
And like I said, that's unfortunate. But the person that he
got cheated on, you would have been like, "Girl, that nigga ain't shit."
No, first of all, you don't know me, so you don't know what I would have said. I would have asked, well, what happened? What did you do? What did he do? I would try to get the full story. But to just go on this I hate women train, I'm not about to do that. Like I said, give us the full details. But to just act like everything was just shine the rainbow, sorry, Uno, but it's more to it.
Right.
So I just want you to realize real quick, she was emotionally deprived, and you think
and then she entered a relationship with him.
But no, you can't add a speculation on what we do know based on what he shared, and somehow you're saying he emotionally deprived her. You think that correlates?
Because before she probably sexually had that experience with that man, she probably emotionally attached herself to him.
Why would you think that?
Because as y'all like to just say that women just go and just be loose and just have sex.
You do. Remember we had the conversation.
But the majority of women, they are going to emotionally, the majority of women going to emotionally attach themselves to a man.
How?
And then have the intercourse.
How do you know that?
Because I know. The same way y'all know. The same way that y'all know everything that y'all done talked about.
No, what I'm saying is, how do you know that, and how can you justify that based on women's behavior?
Because it's statistics. Somebody do the research.
If she has a dream about me cheating, am I at fault now?
You did that shit.
You did that shit, nigga. You did that shit in your past life, man.
Damn, boy. So he got hit with a honey bun and it's his fault. Okay.
That's like a boomerang.
I mean, I don't know his situation. How much would you say yes or no?
Well, she let another man put his penis in her vagina. He didn't ask her to do it. She just went and did it because or whatever.
So, I mean, I don't know how necessarily it's his fault unless he, maybe he's seen the signs and just chose to ignore them. But other than that, like, I'm pretty sure you left after you found out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he did the right thing.
Stepping away from it. So, is that an assurance for a partner? Is that an option as well? Like,
fellas,
like open book?
I got you. Real quick. Hey, fellas, if you dealing with a woman and she call you a partner, get up out of there. Okay. Yeah, let me see. Let me log in that joint whenever I feel like it. Yeah, I think that will work for sure. Yo, that accountability helps people too. If you know somebody else is looking at this shit, like how you reply, what you reply to, the bullshit, right? So like, for instance, this might be risky. Callie and I can see it, and my wife can see it. Now, I don't even really look at it that much because I know that they be looking at it. But also, bullshit get flushed. You know what I'm saying? It like take a weight off you, Right? Because temptation killed the cat. Pun intended.
I don't even have a lock on my phone. You can pick up my phone at any moment and go in there looking and see text messages and all of that shit.
Don't get a password. You say delete it, it's gonna be deleted.
You mentioned that one of the problems was that you have so much access on social media. Like some people can message you, DM, your DMs popping. Him looking at it, is that going to satisfy him that it's confirmed now, or is he just trying to confirm whether or not you're responding back and cheating?
The con to that is that he gonna read all that shit the wrong way for sure.
Every time.
As he should. It ain't never all good.
I was just going to say something to the effect of, in terms of social media, although primarily I do it for content creation, if my man had an issue with it, I was at it, no questions asked, because I've actually been there, done that.
It calls for strokes. Like somebody will punch you in your shit for talking too much and talking crazy.
It said in the Bible. No, it doesn't say that in the Bible. That also equates to.
I knew it. A fool lips enter into contention and his mouth calleth for strokes. Proverbs 18:6.
Okay.
Because I read this shit. I'm just saying
I did too 5,000 times.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, you didn't know that was in there, right?
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out.
So.
Yeah. It's a broadcast. yeah. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. DJ HAMP about to go live again. So hit the likes, my friend, on your way in. First off, salute the chat. And to all new cousins, welcome back. Heard you searching for the real, well, this is where it's at. The latest topics and panels and brother, don't get sent to the bathroom. We got all the stats, too, back to facts in the morning or the afternoon. Tuesday, women's POV, 2 Fridays, dancing, jamming tune. It's a community of real, and we better than the world news. This might be risky, I hope you know. This might be risky, let's go, let's go. This might be risky, no, I love you, real, I love it. This might be risky. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show. Yeah, it's a broadcast. It's a broadcast. It's a broadcast, yeah. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. DJ HAMP about to go live again. So hit the likes, my friend, on your way in. First off, salute the chat. And to all new cousins, welcome back. Heard you searching for the real, well, this is where it's at. The latest topics and panels and brother, don't get sent to the bathroom. We got all the stats, too, back to facts in the morning or the afternoon. Tuesday, women's POV, 2 Fridays, dancing, jamming tune. It's a community of real, and we better than the world news. This might be risky, I hope you know. This might be risky, let's go, let's go. This might be risky, no, I love you, real, I love it. This might be risky. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show. Yeah, it's a broadcast. It's a broadcast. It's a broadcast, yeah. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. DJ HAMP about to go live again. So hit the likes, my friend, on your way in. First off, salute the chat. And to all new cousins, welcome back. Heard you searching for the real, well, this is where it's at. The latest topics and panels and brother, don't get sent to the bathroom. We got all the stats, too, back to facts in the morning or the afternoon. Tuesday, women's POV, 2 Fridays, dancing, jamming tune. It's a community of real, and we better than the world news. This might be risky, I hope you know. This might be risky, let's go, let's go. This might be risky, no, I love you, real, I love it. This might be risky. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show.
Oh, we can kill all this. We can kill all this. Say right. You want to be next?
Anytime you ready, baby. I was supposed to be there.
Ooh, I'm with it. I'm with it. We can do it.
Knocks out everybody and no one can whoop him. That's when that little Cassius Clay from Louisville, Kentucky came up and stopped Sonny Liston, the man who annihilated Floyd Patterson twice. He was going to kill me. He hit harder than George. His reach was longer than George. He's a better boxer than George. And I'm better now than I was when you saw that 22-year-old undeveloped kid running from Sonny Liston. I'm experienced now, professional. Jaw's been broke, been lost, knocked down a couple times. Bad. Been chopping trees. I done something new for this fight. I done wrestled with an alligator. That's right. I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. That's bad. Only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick. Man, dude. Fast. Last night, I cut the light off in my bedroom, hit the switch, was in the bed before the room was dark. Incredible. Fast. Incredible. And you, George Foreman, all of you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him. All of you. I know you got him. I know you got him, Dick. But the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
Oh, we can kill all this. We can kill all this. Say like, do you want to be next?
Anytime you ready, baby. I was supposed to be there.
Ooh, I'm with it.
I'm with
it. We can do it.
Knocks out everybody and no one can whoop him. That's when that little Cassius Clay from Louisville, Kentucky came up and stopped Sonny Liston, the man who annihilated Floyd Patterson twice. He was going to kill me. He hit harder than George. His reach was longer than George. He's a better boxer than George. And I'm better now than I was when you saw that 22-year-old undeveloped kid running from Sonny Liston. I'm experienced now, professional. Jaw's been broke, been lost, knocked down a couple times. Bad. Been chopping trees. I done something new for this fight. I done wrestled with an alligator. That's right. I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. That's bad. Only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick. Man, dude. Fast. Last night I cut the light off in my bedroom, hit the switch, was in the bed before the room was dark. Incredible. Fast. Incredible. And you, George Foreman, all of you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him. All of you. I know you got him. I know you got him picked, but the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
Topics and panels and brother, don't get sent to the bathroom. We got all the stats too, back to facts in the morning or the afternoon. Tuesday, women's POV, 2 Fridays, dancing jamming tune. It's a community of real, and we better than the world news. This might be risky, I hope you know. This might be risky, let's go. This might be risky, no, I love you, real, I love it. This might be risky. Salute to DJ Hamp, it's time to start the show. Salute to DJ Hamp, it's time to start the show. Run, it's a stampede! DJ Hamp, the stampede.
DJ Hamp, the stampede.
Yo, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, man. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. DJ Hamp, the stampede, we in the building. It's fantastic. What's popping? Yo,
what up, man?
What's good? You kind of, hold on, let me make sure. Check. You good?
I might be live. Turn it up. I should be good now.
Yeah, you good now. I have my sound down. What's popping?
Hey, man. Another day closer, baby. Can't wait, man.
Oh, yeah, man. You got to put your dukes up, huh?
Hey, bro. Hey, nigga. Hey. I got an extra boost today, nigga. I'm hitting the heavy bag. I knocked the fucking boat out the motherfucking shit, nigga. I'm like, hey. Wow. I hope niggas is trading help. Listen, if this shit don't last long, it's not my fault. Don't get mad at me if a nigga don't make it out of the first round.
God,
all right?
Damn. You feeling good?
I treat everybody like John Bones Jones, The Rock, and you know the fucking Attitude Era Rock. All right, Ronnie Coleman. All right, so please understand. I don't take nobody lightly when you say you're gonna whoop my ass.
So what's your fight prediction?
Bruh. Pain. Okay. Hell, I don't think people understand. I don't think people understand, bro. Like, for real, like, you know, everybody think they can fight. Shout out to Hamp, bro. Everybody think they can fight, bro, until you really get in a fight. And having a fight and understanding, most fights don't last longer than 30 seconds. Hell, a motherfucker didn't understand shadow boxing. Nothing.
Yeah.
Not to mention 2 pounds or 4 pound weights.
Yeah.
4 minutes. Jump roping. 4 minutes. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers really don't understand it until you have to do it, and you get and it's every man needs to do this, bro, because it's humbling. It's humbling, but most important is like a lesson, so you can controlling your breathing. You know what I'm saying? Understanding what you in adjustments, bro.
Yeah, real shit,
man,
bro.
It's just
that's what I did a video yesterday, sitting on the porch. I wake up early, partly because I wake up early, but also. That's like my alone time. You know what I'm saying? Because as soon as the kids get up, it's the kids. You know what I'm saying? You kind of playing with them. And then, I go in my office, but it's just different, right? Because they running back and forth. Daddy, can we have candy? Mommy said we can't have candy. Daddy, can you sneak us candy? Daddy, can we go outside and have candy? All types of shit, right? You know what I'm saying? Daddy, you watching football. Can we watch Spider-Man? You know what I'm saying? But when you wake up at 5 a.m., ain't nobody up. So I sit on the porch. I fake smoke cigars. Like, you know how you like barely puff it, but I blow it out quick. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like, try to act like I'm sophisticated and shit. And I made a short the other day. It got like 1,000 likes. And it was just about what you were saying. Like, yo, the more you fight, like for people that can fight, the less you want to. Like, you don't have it don't do nothing for you to fight people that don't even train themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, but yo, like you said, like breathing when you tired. People don't understand that shit. Yo, people don't understand that most of us don't even breathe with our mouth closed. But that's out of control, breathing through your mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm telling you, bro. It's so many telltale signs when somebody's tired. And people don't know what a body shot is. Like,
listen, or like you said, just having the. Like, punching bags don't punch back, but even still, that's like, that's resistance.
Yeah.
So imagine some shit that's 100+ pounds where you pushing it for 4 minutes straight, bro. 4 minutes straight of pushing some shit. Again, man, like you say, it's crazy, man. It's humbling. But hey, just don't be mad at me, man. Again, I hope my opponent is training. I hope my opponent understands I take this shit serious. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm not, nothing's guaranteed. Everybody has a puncher's chance. But hey, what you said, Hamp, niggas hit the lottery every day, B.
That's a fact.
But only one. And I'm going to be the one. All right?
Indeed, man. Every man need to join a gym, bro. Yo, listen, call the police if you need protection, right? Call the police if there's a crime happening. But if you unable to protect your family in real time, at least for a little bit, you got to take control of that aspect. Take control of that aspect, man. Make sure you at least got 30 seconds to a minute in you. Pause. At least. And when you get a gun, don't just buy it. Go use it. Go learn how to manipulate that weapon, bro. But if somebody break in your house, call the fucking police. And let them know, listen, I'm a dangerous man up here. As long as you stay downstairs and get out of here for the police come, we don't got no problem. I got insurance and all types of shit. But if you can't...
Every time you fire a weapon, disassemble it and clean it, goddammit. Lubricate it when you're done. Put it back together, store it safely. Jesus. You want that motherfucker to talk. Good morning.
Yes. Yo, I have to do a better job in that, Aaron, too. I have to do a better job of cleaning the gun.
Why you talking shit? Hey, Aaron, yeah. Here come Aaron with the fucking... I definitely went shooting this weekend and I ain't cleaned my shit yet. I gotta clean my shit. I gotta break my shit down to clean it.
You already know. Get your ass to the armory. Get that CLP.
Yeah, man. I gotta clean my shit.
But the thing Yeah, the guns is, I was thinking back to the video. But the key is what Mr. Fantastic said, yo, bro. Go in a gym with people who are trained themselves. People will take care of you. You'll understand what that means once you get into a gym, right? So now take care of you is like what's good too. So what's good, you good. But take care of you mean, listen, if you come in the if you come in the gym acting like YouTube University taught you something, niggas gonna take care of you. And then let's say you come in there humbly saying, hey, I want to learn it. The brothers in there gonna take care of you too. when you get in there and sparring, I'm not wailing on people that they first day, but you show them where their mistakes are, you know, and then you stop literally in the middle of the spar, right, and be like, hey, so this is where I'm getting you at, or vice versa. You know, everybody in there to get better. You know what I'm saying? For sure. That's why I like bringing the baby, my boy, because it just testosterone filled.
Yeah, I'm about to put Sun in the ringer this summer, bro.
Word.
So yeah, definitely finna put him in there this summer and get him in there because high school different, and the last thing you want around here is so yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Salute to everybody, man. Aaron, how was your weekend?
Awesome. Took a little road trip up to Rhode Island with the missus. It was a great time, great weather. Had a little getaway. It was dope, man. Dope.
That's what's up, man. When we talked, I'm surprised you didn't go through Newport.
Yeah, because we went west. You know what I mean? Like we were going to Vermont, and then
Okay, yeah.
But
next time
we went on 95. That would have been the movie.
Yeah, definitely go. Like they say shit look like a movie. Yo. Newport looks like a movie. What's that nigga? What's that white boy I hate, man? Well, that doesn't clarify anything. What?
What movie did he play in? What movie or what show?
He got bad teeth. He from England. He do all the movies like love comedy. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Damn.
He actually
name a movie.
Not Liam. Nah, not action. He does like all the love shit. He actually had a show just now on HBO. What the fuck? He's a Ewan McGregor. Ewan McGregor. Ewan McGregor. No, Hugh Grant. Is it Hugh Grant? Hugh Grant. That's who it is.
Hugh Grant.
I fucking hate Hugh Grant, bro. Yo, not real shit. Hey, Hugh Grant, if you listen, I hate your guts.
Why do you hate me?
Yo, real shit. Hugh, if you listening, I hate you.
Okay, y'all know you're talking about. Yeah.
Yes, right. You hate him, right? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, he like a knockoff. What's the dude that played in Pretty Woman?
Who?
Richard Gere.
Yeah, he'll knock off Richard.
Oh yeah, he'll never be Richard Gere.
Yeah, never.
So Hugh Grant, but it looked like Newport, Rhode Island. We did all that just for me to say did nothing really. Newport, Rhode Island looked like a place where Hugh Grant should be in a movie. I did all that just to say that, and now I'm done with this shit. That's what I'm saying. Like I just think about this, right? It's 135 people in the building, and you two. I just wasted 2 minutes of y'all lives on that. Do you see how dumb that was just now? That's a lesson when y'all hit the link. Don't waste our fucking time, bro. Please. And that wasn't even purpose. I was like, come on, Hamp. Come on, man.
Can't even call it a thought experiment.
That's what I'm saying, man. I apologize. It's so dumb what I just did. Let's get it, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Get your tickets to Houston. Mr. Fantastic is ready. Moo excuse me. Moo is ready. Bino is ready. Sporties is ready. Sod is ready. Light Skin Nay is ready. CJ,
that's the part I want to see. I saw. Hey, shout out to Sod. Of course, I think I talked to Sod like the last couple of things over on CJ. But shout out to Nay, man. I saw Nay running on the fucking treadmill somewhere. She was online, like on the panel, running on the treadmill.
Yeah, she was on the panel.
I hope you fucking ready, Sod. I ain't seen you. You know you like to smoke them squares. You better put them squares down. Cause Nay ain't playing.
Saw said she ready. Saw you in the chat.
Hey, Saw smoking them squares. Saw finna have a hard day, and Nay running on the fucking treadmill. She out here smoking a pack of Pokes.
Maybe on the POV on the treadmill.
Hey, put them Pokes down.
Yo, I'm trying to tell you,
brother.
Yo, mic check. My sound is goofy.
Yeah, you good.
You not connected to your mic. You definitely not connected to your phone mic. You like on whatever you on, but it's not a microphone.
It's the camera mic.
Perfect. Oh yeah.
It sounds good.
Perfect. We can hear you though. It don't sound bad. It's just echoey a little bit, but you're not connected to your mic.
I don't need to get another wire. This is good.
No, you good. You good.
If y'all hear an echo, so the Ecamm, how it works is I have two inputs on my Focusrite, but I have to turn off echolocation so you can hear my sound effect. Perfect. So if it starts echoing too bad, I just turn echo cancellation on, and then I got these few sound effects. So just FYI, Saw said she read. She said, she said she just want to get it on and get it over with so she could get bent. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have shots on deck for all the fighters, man. 1738 on me, you heard? Before you leave the ring, you know what I mean? Or
nigga,
after you wake up.
Nigga, hold mine to the club, nigga. Fuck that. You crazy.
You gonna have fun at the club this time? You gonna smile at the club this time?
Nah, I don't do that.
Wow. Should've known. Hey, but I'm trying to tell you though, once he get a little saucy though, and he see a woman that's 5'10" or better, he start, you know what I'm saying, walking on his tippy toes and all that. You know what I mean? We trying to leave. He at this tent. It was a 5'10" girl. He was over there. I look back. There was a 5'11" girl. He was over there. This nigga's like, where's Waldo? I said, come on. So, you yelling because you tight because it's time to go. Yo! Niggas like this. Niggas waving you off. Hold on a second. I hate this, bro. This finger right here from your mans. I hate that shit. So, the CJ ready. Fighter ready. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be a barn burner. Who else we got? Did I get everybody?
Oh, it's Sporties. Yeah, Sporties. I know Sporties a track dude, a runner. That nigga in shape. So yeah, but Bino, Bino's by what, 6'2", 6'3", 6'2".
Nah, like
I seen Bino
6'1", 6'2".
Yeah, 6'2".
They about the same height. You seen Sporties?
Yeah, it's what up? What's the name still going? Fat Boy still in there?
Oh yeah, Fat Boy in 2K.
Cause Fat Boy talking like he gonna dust off 2K and then it's gonna be like you ready for me right after. So yeah, Fat Boy, that's what it is, man. You take care of that business, bro. Hey, we can have a extra bout right after. Perfect.
Know what I mean? We got who else we got? We got Be Nice and
Be Nice. That's the one I want to see.
I'm telling you, Mr. Fantastic. Here's what I think. Remember the first time we went to Philly, right? They taking it, I think, less serious than even Philly. You didn't go as hard as you did for Texas. Not even 50%.
Oh yeah, no.
Not even 60%, probably. I think a lot of them less than that. I think they think, I'm gonna get through it. I've been in scuffles before. I've been in the and dead ass, I'm not letting them quit. I already got my shit talking ready. That's what you get. Nope. Stand up. Put your mouthpiece in. I already got what I'm gonna say to them.
Hey, this nigga is the worst referee ever. Okay, what you mean? And if you see you not prepared, fuck you and CJ. The nigga gonna tell the nigga that he got the upper hand. Yeah, man, go for the body. Go for the body. So for all you niggas that lied on me and tried to make it seem like I got knocked out when I fucking survived, CJ hit me with real body shots, being out of fucking shape. For one, fuck y'all. But y'all have no. I promise you couldn't take fucking 3 body shots from CJ. I promise you wouldn't last. I promise it. I promise you not gonna survive them shits.
Yo, see what up, baby? Yeah, they gonna throw up, man. That's right. We got bleach. We got bleach for that. Nah, CJ, because people be talking so crazy, man. Like they don't respect the game. You know what I'm saying? That was it. CJ Corner. Hit that nigga in his face.
Fuck you, nigga. You didn't have to listen to him. Hey, what made it so fucked up? Hell, when you played the tape back, and I heard, oof. You hear that? If a nigga, oof, you hear that nigga, that shit hurt. You ain't faking that.
It be 2-part, right? So it be the person swinging like, and then it be the person get hit like. Yo,
get off me, get off me.
Yo, we was sparring the other day, right? So I hit this nigga with some shit, right? But they not as heavy as I am, but they heavy weights though, you see? So I'm like, yo, listen, we drilling, pause. And then we're supposed to be touch and go sparring, you know what I'm saying? Sophisticated Jerk, June 26th through the 28th, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so the following, not 2 weekends from now, not next weekend, but the following weekend.
Yeah. So we right, and so but they always be like kind of winging their punches, like just kind of, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right now. So then I hit him with something, boom, boom. He gonna growl like he getting mad. Nobody give a fuck if you get mad. I'm already punching you. Think about that. I'm already punching you. I'm already punching you. Nobody cares. Yo, salute to Callie on the POV on Tuesday. And she like, I'm getting mad. I care if you get mad, nigga. get mad. Get mad again, nigga. Salute, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, man. Hit the like button right now if you can. Excuse me. That helps the channel the most. Yo, man, salute to my brothers in the building, man. We having a good week, man. We excited for that. We got 200 people in the building. Please hit the like button, man. Support the channel. Let's get it popping, man. Now, we've been having some fun. Let's see where this conversation goes.
Perfect.
Damn. Mr. Fantastic, what's good, man?
Yeah, what up?
So we've been all over the globe in terms of just obviously the Carmelo Anthony case, right? But a lot of things seemingly offshoot from this, it's like an offshoot, like what we start to assess, right? And we continuously hear the same rhetoric, to be honest, Oh, it's the black community and the prescriptions and the innate violence or whatever the case is. And I'm seeing like things are just being glossed over. Behavior is being glossed over that is equally or more violent, you could argue. But because of how it's categorized, you can harp on a statistic that shows an overrepresentation, but you excluding crimes that are arguably the most violent things you can do to a person, with the exception of killing a person. But when you categorize them differently, right? It's almost like it's being minimized. But that shit is egregious. I have this experience with a categorization. My daughter, she has to get this ultrasound every 3 months, right? So the ultrasound costs $1,000 every 3 months. It's considered diagnostic, right? If they categorized it as preventative, it would be $0. You see? So, but because it's literally to make sure she's good, you feel me? Which would be preventative, right? But no, diagnostic, brother. $1,000 every 90 days. Right? And so I look at this like, yo, these things are miscategorized, and I think they're almost creating like a false, like the number is not genuine in terms of representation and etc. And this shit is diabolical. What you think, Mr. Fantastic?
Brother. Yeah, man. So I've been talking about this for quite some time, bro. Going back to last year when I noticed this and I started seeing all these things pop up on Twitter. Specifically, what started it was the uptick in female teachers, most of them being white teachers, molesting and sexually assaulting boys. And the way it was being reported was inappropriate relationships and, all these different things. They said everything other than what it was, right? Mind you, whenever it's a male teacher, it's just straight up sexual assault or, rape or whatever, right? So I'm looking at this and I'm like, damn, this framing is crazy. Not only is this framing crazy, nobody's talking about this. And it's happened pretty frequent for it to be on Twitter as much as it is. This should be talked about in headlines from a national standpoint for because clearly, if I'm seeing it this frequently, it has to be a point to where it's an uptick going on, and especially with it being female teachers and we knowing the disparity of male teachers to female teachers. So, whenever there's a account of a male teacher doing anything, and mind you, I'm not saying one is greater than the other. I'm saying clearly they're both of equal evil. So it should be covered and looked upon the same way, but clearly it's not. And then I think it was earlier this year, Tim Tebow had an interview where he sat down, hence you got him in the thumbnail, and he was having the conversation with the guy, Ryan something. I think the guy, he's a former military guy. And he told a very, very harsh truth that, again, is swept under the rug about how white men are like the biggest perpetrators of sex crimes against children. And that's just actual, physical, not to mention possession of inappropriate child sex material. Right. Yet and still, with Tim Tebow saying that, he said that shit. And I think he spoke about it for about a week, and we never heard anything about it again. But during the same time, the black fatigue fucking thing has been going strong for like a year, right? So I was like, hold on. This black fatigue shit, and by all intents and purposes, niggas doing the same shit they been doing, okay? Murder rate is what it is. Murder rate's not compared, like you say all the time, Hamp. You go back to the murder rate in the 90s compared to now, the murder rate's down, right? And it's always going to be things to where, violent crime is going to exist, unfortunately. And again, I'm not saying that we don't have a higher percentage, but like you said, to me, clearly, at the very least, sex crimes against children is just as bad, if not way worse than murder. Because, if you kill a person, you can justify killing somebody. He had a gun, I had a gun. Hey, I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6, right? Not to juxtapose this with the Carmelo Anthony. I'm not saying that was justifiable, right? But there are clearly cases as to where killing a person is justifiable. Hence, murder, manslaughter, involuntary, all these different things, right? But when we get to sex crimes, there's never an excuse for a sex crime. Even more so a sex crime against children. And it's just crazy to me how, and let's not forget the dogs. Yes, and your little dog too. Yeah, listen, hold on. Free Mike Vick, man. Mike Vick needs to have his shit fucking, commuted. They gave Mike Vick 2-3 years in prison for fighting dogs. And hell, dogs gonna fight or bite something eventually. Okay? Wow. Dogs are going to fight or bite something eventually, whether you make them do it or you not. All right? And we seen, remember him, the little king, whatever, the Chinese people, they going viral for the damn dogs just naturally fighting.
Yeah.
They gave Mike Vick like he said, allegedly, over some damn dogs. Wow. And these white folks out here fucking them ain't getting no time. All right, the dogs gonna listen. The dog's gonna fight regardless. Okay, the dog might be, but you can't fuck no dog by mistake.
Wow, they mad that somebody's exploiting their side chick. That's why.
Again, like the affinity that white folks have for dogs is understood a little bit better now when you really look into this predator fatigue, brother. I got several cases, and y'all don't want to talk about this motherfucking. I'm just saying, too many stories. Wow.
Brother.
The horses too, and the horses.
You'd be mad if they made your girlfriend look like a fool too. Your girlfriend looks like you should.
Yo, the dog is the side chick. Yo, why does that heinous shit just get swept away?
Control of the media, man. Media control, clearly. And like I said, this is why I'm saying this, and I try to tell black people, man, we have to stop falling for this shit. They keep feeding us the same thing, right? This back and forth, this racial thing, race war they trying to keep going or whatever. And again, once you understand and realize that, bro, that's why I stopped watching, the news for the most part or whatever, because the news, mainstream media for the most part is a huge propaganda machine and control mechanism. People don't understand. One of the biggest parts of war or conflict is propaganda, right? And then telling the story within a certain way to us versus them, or them versus us, however you want to frame it, and so on and so forth. So if you constantly have this thing to where black people and the police and all this other things, so on and so forth, you never think about what the hell these people got going on, all these kids, man. Everybody talked about the Epstein files, but that's a very, very small thing once you start to the stuff that's actually happening every day.
Hold on, y'all. The client? Yeah. All right. Hold on, y'all. Or go ahead, Aaron. Hold on.
Aaron, go ahead, Aaron.
My bad.
Yeah, I mean, if the answer to that question is simple, like why are we being fed the propaganda that we're being fed? Do me a favor, take a picture of everybody at the VP level and up for print, broadcast, and social media companies and the banks that fund them, and then line all those pictures up on a board, put them on a board, and look at them. There you go. It tells you everything you need to know. It's all about image. It's all about, like shout out to Fantastic what he said, when it comes to war, the first thing you want to do is shape a narrative and win the hearts and minds of the people in the territory that you're fighting in, right? Diplomacy, propaganda is your first strategy. Whenever you go to war, if you don't have that, you're gonna be fighting an uphill battle in hostile territory, even if friendly or enemy. So that's just what it is. It's mind control. It's mind control. It's like MK Ultra that we actually pay a monthly subscription for. It's crazy. They charge us for this shit. You know what I mean? And it's sensationalization. That's the thing. Like I don't blame them. I mean, I do because they're nefarious, but it's too easy a game to run because we respond to sensationalism so readily. Sex, drugs, and violence are the three top sellers of, entertainment and news. And news kind of bridges the gap between entertainment and education, right? It's still dissemination of facts, but for sex, drugs, and violence to be the top three sellers in the news outlets, like that's crazy. People use the news to kind of drive their worldview or fortify it or understand their position in the world a little bit better. You know what I mean? At least beyond their local environment. And in the way that they shape it like that, in a way that's not accurate, is just, I don't know, it's not doing us any good. It's only doing the people at the top good. It's not even doing white folks good. But yeah, we definitely need to tell it like it is, so they say. Keep it real. You know what I mean? Because that's the guys that they operate under when they highlight our, you know what I mean, when they air our dirty laundry.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
Just
right?
accept it. Be objective. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Oh, okay, really? All right. Go take a look in your closet.
Yeah.
Come on out before we do.
Yeah, and the thing is, when you really start looking into this, man, like I said, this is everyday things that's happening. This isn't just like some some big scandal like Epstein or so on and so forth, and everybody's focusing on that, but not understanding that so many of these kids are being abused, man. And then you get to like the dogs and shit or whatever. That in itself is just another level of debauchery, bro. So we're typecast as just being ultra violent and all these different things. When, mind you, like you said, everyone's violent. It's I think violence is going to happen regardless. It's never going to be a perfect world, right? And of course, there's never going to be a perfect world for the other part of it too, right? Evil exists. The problem though is like you said. Go ahead.
No, violence is necessary.
Yeah, but like you said, that's not necessary, and that's always been frowned upon. And somehow, some way, it's never at the forefront. That should be at the top of the list whenever, because everybody's response to that reasonable person, especially if you have children, wood chipper, right? Wood chipper, firing squad, public, let's say, we'll say dealings, right? As to where everyone makes an example out of that person because, at the end of the day, people respond to consequence and others being made examples out of. And I think, if you really, shout out to Florida, the governor put it to where if you're a person accused of or found guilty of a sex crime against, I think it's a child under 12, either 12 or 10, bro, the death penalty is on the line. And it should be, because that's the only thing that's curable for that, because that's one of the conditions as to where they say it's never really any rehabilitation for an adult that has an affinity for children in sexual manner.
My bad. I'm trying to handle this. What was that last thing you said, Mr. Fantastic?
Yeah, just a response. In Florida, they made it to where it's either 10 or 12. If you're convicted of, found guilty of sex crime against a child under a certain age, I want to say 10 or 12, the death penalty is possible.
All praises. Yeah, I mean 100%. That this is something that you can't get away from. You like you said, people having violent interactions with one another, right? May or may not be warranted. You can justify it, right? Doesn't mean the legality won't still get you. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, Cain Velasquez. If he would have killed that dude who tried to rape his daughter, then right? Nobody's like, damn, Cain. But he still got to do time because of vigilantism, not because he was wrong, right? But there's no justifiable reason to touch an animal, a child, or a woman against her will, or a man against his will, or just because they're in high school, you think that's not how that works, white teacher girl.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing, and that's another one. Remember the case, whatever her fucking name was. Remember they turned that shit into a love story.
Which one?
She molested the boy. They sent her to jail. She got out of jail. She got back with the boy, got pregnant by the boy. And they end up getting married or some shit later on, and they try to turn this shit into a love story.
Shit, I don't even remember. Did you? I don't remember that one.
You definitely remember it. It happened when we was like still in high school. It was like the biggest case ever of the female teacher. She ended up dying of cancer. It's like Laterno or something. I think her name was.
Laterno.
What was the spread? The age differential?
She was a teacher. He was a middle school student when they first started engaging.
Miss Jilly said Mary Kate.
She went to jail for like a year or two, and then she got out, and they continued their whole thing.
Mary Kate Latourneau?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that one. That story. They tried to turn that shit into like a Lifetime movie love story, bro.
You know how much older she was than him?
Well, she was grown. She was clearly grown, and he was in the thing. I don't know what the age gap was, but she was his teacher while he was in middle school. So at least 10 years, I want to say.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that shit. It just yeah. I mean, why? Shaw says it's called All American Girl. Why did it seem like Tim Tebow shit got glossed over?
Because it's one of the darkest, harshest truths that people are ashamed to address. Right? It's even if we just go from the Epstein files, the vast majority of those dudes were what? Successful white men. Extremely successful white men. Powerful. Successful, powerful white men that were taking advantage of underage girls. One of which is the highest seat ever of being, president of the United States, allegedly.
Allegedly.
They was doing a whole lot worse than that with them children.
Yo, yeah, that's some sick shit, bro. Do you think that the Epstein stuff was was made as big as it should? Like, do you think that they went through that, or you think that that was even kind of brushed to the side?
We are looking at a scratch on the surface of the tip of the iceberg. With
That shit be so crazy to me, bro. All right, every time that they come in the chat, you know, when we're having a conversation, you know, there's very little accountability, and they never want to talk about that shit. Do they ever say, "Yeah, we need to fix this"?
Of course not. No. They instantly come with 50%, 13 and 50. They go with what they know. Hamp. It's the instant. Well, black people kill people and violence. Okay, well, y'all rape kids and animals.
Yeah. So if you're just saying it just is, all right, well then accept it.
Yeah, let's talk about the truth, right? Okay, we'll go with that. So all right, we're not fighting you on the shit you talking about. Now let's address the topic at hand of y'all not being able to stop fucking kids and animals.
Yeah.
Can we have the conversation?
I don't think they want to.
No, of course not. Of course not. And I tell because that I was on the ass on Twitter, bro. Pause. It was mad, bro. They was mad, dog. Mad. The shit because the little predator fatigue shit I was doing picked up a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It picked up a little bit. And oh yeah, man, 1350 and oh you guys are this. And I was like, hey bro, they ain't got nothing to do. Okay, all right, you're right. Let's talk about y'all and these dogs and these kids. Same shit.
Yeah, same shit, bro. No, it's just interesting. I figured it'd be crickets for them, you know, in terms of that shit. But that shit is violent. I don't know how. Honestly, bro. I don't know how. How the fuck did we get the monopoly on being violent? How did that happen?
Fear mongering. They want the plan or the methodology to ostracize us and keep us segregated in the minds of society. Fear. Because hate, if you hate a thing or you loathe a thing and you have disdain for a thing, then you're still prone to attack it. But if you fear it, you'll avoid it like the plague. You don't even get to know it.
Mm-hmm.
And if it approaches you, you attack it.
Yeah. 100%. You know, it's just interesting, man. White people have been perverse as hell, violent as hell. And then we go to the last 40 years and say, no, this group of people. Nah. Raping, molestation, that shit is violent as hell. Stop it, Five. I also question this 13% shit. These motherfuckers can't have no kids. We have kids. I know we talk about the abortion stuff. How do we stay stagnant for 70 years?
That's Margaret.
I don't think that could do it, Aaron.
Big more.
Hemp. I'm telling you, man. That's the part. I think that's the you got to think, right? So it's not only just us, right? Mm-hmm. It's the increase of the population overall and how we get leapfrogged by the Mexicans, you know, or Hispanics.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing. It's not just, you know, it's us pretty much staying stagnant, but other groups increasing. So you got to think. If we go back 10 years, look at how many more Asians. Well, no, it's not them. Asians have increased too. So Asians, Hispanics, and other immigrants.
No, I got you.
From like the 90s.
I'm just saying though, like, so the white people aren't producing. Why aren't they decreasing though? Why is the percentage, like, how is everything, like, how, I guess I just don't understand the math of it. Right? So they've been 60%, right? But then we have increases, and so what, we lost a percentage point, right? Because it was like 15%, now 13%, something like that, right? Mm-hmm. How did we lose a percentage point? White people stay stagnant, and they ain't even having kids. That shit don't make no sense, right? If anything, we would stay 15, they would lose a point, right? but they stay stagnant, we lose 2 points. That shit don't make sense to me.
How far below 2.1 kids are they? You know what I mean? That
I think they were, I'm not sure.
I think that would determine the rate of decline. Okay. How far away from the 2.1 they are.
Yeah. Strata made a good point too. The white Hispanic versus Hispanic, like in the black non-Hispanic, right? You know. So you could fudge it though. $1.7 reset 1.7.
1.7.
Yeah, I'm like
that should cause. Yeah, I mean that's not a piano falling out of the sky, but that should make a noticeable number in a decade.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but there's then no decrease, but ours is decreasing. Like that shit, you know. So I just think that something fishy, right there, and then you keep saying overrepresentation, you know, etc. Right? But there's something fishy about us dropping and them staying stagnant, and they ain't having no kids.
If they're able to stay stagnant at 1.7, we got to be at like 0.8.
But ours was up. I think there was a little decline in the last 5 years. But black people are consistently up. Latinos have the most kids.
Are we close to the 2?
Yeah, I think.
See, yeah. So the metrics ain't something right. The calculus ain't right.
But that's what I'm saying. No, I just don't understand it, right? Because all this is hinged off of overrepresentation, right? But then think about this. You know, you have the violent crime statistic, you know, from 2019. But when you look at other crimes and shit like that, it's around 20% where we represent, you know? Even like welfare, 20%, 22% or so, right? But we've been stagnant at 15% for 70 years. It just, come on, bro. Something ain't right is all I'm saying, you know? But even like boy came in the chat said black people overrepresenting X, right? Didn't even address the bestiality.
Yeah. Immediately.
Yeah.
And per capita, that's the shit I keep telling y'all, man. That per capita shit, man. Y'all can get the fuck out of my face with that per capita shit. I already told y'all him. That's why I'm glad. We definitely need to start breaking that shit down more, right? Because you ascribe the entire race to some shit that you got nothing to do with when it should just be the pool of criminals.
Yeah. Yeah, if you assess
it, should be the pool of criminals. Yeah. Exactly. If you're assessing it, don't assess it to the 13 or whatever. Assess it to the actual fucking the group.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
You would
because you always it's gonna be hard for us to ever win in anything from a per capita standpoint when you're outnumbered by 5 times the group.
And that's the thing, right? And then so let's say we overrepresent, right? But it's still y'all at 75%. That's a lot of motherfuckers.
And we don't even overrepresent in that though. Like I said, if we do is by, and I looked it up, I did the math. If you start talking about that, it's like we're 13%, we might be 15 or 16%. Actually, the biggest what's the name when it comes to anything against children is Native Americans. Because Native Americans are like 3% of the population, and they represent over like a high ass number. So we're not even in this shit for real.
Trafficking,
and we don't play that. Yeah. We don't play that shit as a community. We don't fuck around with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then with the Native Americans, I mean, you see those reservations. I mean, I DJ'd on a reservation, and it looked like 1996. The nicest thing was the casino. But I'm driving through the store, like everything just old as fuck. Like a broken down bus, just old shit, right? You know? So, but yeah, we see it. But that's the per capita game, Mr. Fantastic, that been played for a minute.
Oh, yeah. Nah, we ain't having that shit no more, bro.
But then when we talk about if something were to transpire, they talk about volume. There's too many of us. Well, yeah, we'll take that too many of them white boys raping their dogs, taking advantage of kids, taking advantage of women, and address that shit.
And the crazy shit, Hamp, is the dogs. Like, we ain't even, like, they like number 1, 2, 3, and 4th place on that shit.
That's what I'm saying. Right? We don't know what, and see the white boy, right? He's saying, we don't justify. You wasn't here trying to deflect, right? Yeah, He's trying to deflect from what we talking about. See? That's weird.
20% for what? No, that's not accurate. It's not 20%. That's not true at all. For sex crimes against kids, that's not true, bro. That's not true because I did the research and I did the fucking what's name for it. Hold on.
Let me see if I can go back. Now, make sure you tell Twin in the chat. They gotta follow the conversation, right? Because we discuss all topics. So when we discuss crime and shit, we discuss it thoroughly. We go through it. But we have to tell people when you extrapolate that very marginal minority to the majority of black men, it doesn't make any sense.
At
right?
all.
Assess the criminal demographic. That's the mindset you need to understand. Because those are the people that are doing wrong. If you put Aaron in the room and say, hey, Aaron, what? Assessing Aaron not going to help you. But why is the recidivism rate as such? Those are other things that need to be assessed, right? But every time we on the panel, when I say who been in jail, who been in prison, who been locked up, who been arrested, nobody can raise their hand. Except for one or two people. So to ask Mr. Aaron, Mr. Fantastic, to be responsible for the criminal subset of black men is foolish.
Yeah, as long as you ain't looking at speeding tickets.
Yeah. But when we just assess criminality and we'll go and say, yes, there's in terms of criminality, violence, there's black men who are there that we need to assess. Now what we're doing is saying we're assessing violent crime and we're missing a huge aspect. Rape, violent. Molestation, violent. Bestiality, violent.
And most importantly, Hamp, unexcusable. There's never a question as to how and why. Unexcusable. These crimes are 100% unexcusable. When you get those homicides or whatever, so on and so forth, those homicides include justifiable and unjustifiable.
Yeah.
Right? Not to say that we think this, most of them or the majority of them are justified, but what we're saying in there, right? At any point in time, right? So we talking about murder, it could be some shit behind that. There's never an excuse for sexually violating children and animals.
Yeah. 100%.
What the fuck does that have? Yeah, what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
What does it have to do with anything?
Because they try to call it a whataboutism. It's not that. We're assessing.
No, not at all.
We're assessing violence.
Yeah, he lied. So hey, yeah, buddy lied, bro. Hold on, I got it right here, Hamp.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I did the fucking research on this. So no, we're not gonna play that game. So we actually underrepresent, bro. Hold on.
Yeah,
I think we should create a category that's below violence.
Say again?
Huh?
I think we should create. There has to be a category that's below violence, worse than violence.
Yeah. Just absolutely deplorable, despicable, and evil. Aaron, it's beyond. It's beyond.
It's heinous, right?
Exactly. These would be.
But
these would be considered heinous, unforgivable crimes.
But here's what. Yeah, we'll share it, right. Here's what reason why we have to use the category we have, right? Because they keep on saying black people overrepresent. But when you start adding all the violence in one pot where it should be, now we can make an honest assessment. Do you guys remember there was an estimate that 30% of black men had felonies?
Yeah.
It was some paper from the 80s or 90s or some shit, or 2000. Was it 2000? It was like maybe 20 years old. It said estimated 30% of black men have felonies. Where'd they get that number from? Right? It was. I destroyed that shit. It took me 2 minutes to destroy it. Right? However, because they keep on telling us this shit without an honest assessment, other black men accepted it as truth.
Hey, and shout out to Medium Man because he has given a lot of stats and data to do that. And shout out to lead attorney, man, because there was a particular content creator going around spouting that shit. And he asked a simple question: what's the stats for white men? What are the stats for white men? You guys are able to quote black men ad nauseum, right? So what are the stats for white men when it comes to violent crime? Mm-hmm. And you know what's crazy, Hamp? Something that should be readily available, especially for the majority of the you Hamp. You literally got to go through this and this and this and this and this and this and this to find the fucking actual percentage for the largest fucking group in the country.
Wow.
That's how you know this shit is contrived, bro. That's how you know this is a media fucking play employee. Because if you're able to spout and immediately put it 1530, 1350, 1350, 1350, 1350, but when you put what are the violent crime stats for white men? Oh, well, if you this and all is this and on that, and you know. So that right there tells you that this is a big part of the major play employed of the media when it comes to that narrative of black men being violent or black people being violent.
Yeah. 100%, man. You know?
I got share the screen, Hamp, so we can walk through this, man. Because you're not gonna do this, fam.
All right, hold on. Let me go to this screen here. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit the like button now if you can. That helps the channel the most. So I had this video here, but hold on. It's your screen, right?
Yep, that's me. There we go. So this is fiscal year 2021 from the State Sentencing Commission, United States Sentencing Commission. So these are the actual people that were convicted. These aren't just arrests. These are convictions and sentencing. 93% of sexual abuse offenders were men. 57.5% were white. 16.1% were black. 12.1% were Native
Hold on,
American.
is this a convictions?
Yes, convictions.
Man, Mr. Fantastic, This why Miss Fantastic is Mr. Fantastic.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here.
Yeah, I did this content, bro. I did this content. Most of you niggas call me coons and shit and so on and so forth, bro. I refuse to have a bag or something put on me when it's way worse shit going out here. So you niggas may not like me, bro, but predator fatigue shit been going for me for like I told y'all since last year.
Yo, real shit. Look, this is actual convictions, Aaron. You know what we be assessing is arrests, right? And I know they'll say it's a nominal number of people exonerated. However, the most people that exonerated are black men, right? Which means guess what? They wouldn't be on this quick fact sheet here. Right. Go ahead, talk your shit. Hold on, let me read this real quick. Willie, what's popping, my G? Thank you for getting the gold train start. My brother Willie in the building with the $5 says, salute to the host and the panel. This might be risky. Big Aaron, Mr. Fantastic. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Take this walk with us. You already know. This is my brother Willie in the building. Good to see you out. Go ahead, Mr. Fantastic. Oh, wait. Did I take the thing down?
Yeah, you took it.
It's yours.
It to, oh, no, that's me. My bad. Hold on.
This nigga watching the show, Aaron.
Nah, because it's...
This nigga watching the show.
What the fuck?
This nigga watching. And they got so many tabs open. I know. Don't click the wrong tab now. Yeah, that.
We got Twitter. We got the we ain't got the bookmarks open on Twitter, bro.
All right.
There you go. It's back.
He got Twitter no whole bar.
Yeah, man. His they told me Mr. Fantastic X video sign is gold. Premium when he log in.
So 57.5% were white. I think what's the representation of white people in the population? Is it 60% or is it right at 50 something? I thought it was 55.
They saying 60.
Is it 60? So okay, right. 16.1% were black. 12.1% of Native American. And again, Native Americans only represent like 3% of the population. 11.8% were Hispanic, 2.5% other races. 74.6% of offenders in cases involving production of child pornography were white. 74.6% of offenders in cases involving production of child pornography were white.
Jesus Christ.
53.3% of offenders in cases involving travel for prohibited sexual contact were white, and 27.4% were black. 61.3% of offenders in cases involving criminal sexual abuse, rape, were Native American. 65.4% of offenders in cases involving sexual contact with or Native Americans, abusive sexual contact, and 84.6% of offenders in the case involving statutory rape were Native American. Where the fuck do you see black in here? Count. What does it got to do with us?
You don't.
Brother.
And keep it tall. That's the. Well, I'll reserve that. Go ahead. Yo, you don't see it. I'm saying, yo, you don't see it. But Mr. Fantastic got the. Hey, nigga, stop clicking so fast now. All right.
Yo, this is worse. Because when you think about like just standard deletions, most of the time it's mutual combat or there's some kind of circumstantial, I don't want to say justification, but circumstantial reason behind it. This is just diabolical to take advantage of the weakest and most what should be protected and cherished population. This is crazy. I mean, even with the Carmelo Anthony thing, all right, you know what I mean? Like, God bless the dead and shout out to Carmelo, but this is conflict between two able, guys. Like, the kids, aminos, crazy. Go fuck with one of them sharks. How about that? Go get on a bear. You'll be a bunny rabbit real fast. You wait and see.
Yo,
I'm talking about Alaska, not this Pennsylvania black bear shit. These are just big ass. These are dogs that can walk on 2 feet. I'm talking about go to Alaska and mess with one of them bears.
That's what I'm saying, bro. This shit diabolical, and we want to give a real assessment to what we deem violent, right? Because for too long, it's just been said and said and said. Said and said and said, right? And there hasn't been a true analysis. And what Mr. Fantastic pulled up cannot be debated. You can have an argument about arrests because everybody on the FBI 2019 statistic, the one they put out that was in a chart, the popular one, 2019.
Yeah, that's the last time they really tracked it that way.
Yeah, is arrests. Those are arrests. So that means every single number on there is innocent people. Right? What he just showed us was people who were convicted. And you're right. Tim Tebow shit was kind of like glossed over. We had covered it. We played it before,
Yeah.
But he had passion about it, but it's never the conversation. It's always about who got killed in the so-called bad neighborhood and etc. Right? And to be honest, bro, most of us ain't doing a fucking thing, bro. Motherfuckers just trying to make it. So I had this right here too, right? Is this accurate, Mr. Fantastic? Hold on. So let me share this. Hold on. Is this accurate? I thought Media Man had actually shared this. But U.S. crime statistics by offense category. FBI arrest data, most recent available. Okay. So this is following percentages reflect the representation of white men in arrests for specific offender categories compared to their estimated share of the U.S. total population. Kidnapping, 55%. Rape, 56%. Mass shootings, 58%. Child porn arrests, 59%. Statutory, 62%. Prostitution, 63%. NFA offenders, 68%. Incest perpetrators, 75%. This accurate?
I guess it seems like a little low for the child porn arrest, being that you just said 74.6%, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I guess it's just the men specifically here.
You know what these numbers say? Even if it was a dichotomous comparison, they would be in the lead. But here's the thing: there's like 5 or 6 5 or 6 groups. How do you hold more than half when it's divided between half a dozen? Like you are really leading.
Yeah, real shit. Yeah, I just really, even a thing, right? When we make the assessment, right? Does this all go together? you assess like the single mother-led homes, and you have kids that come out of them, right? But the overwhelming, and correct me if I'm wrong, the overwhelming majority of people that come out of single mother-led homes aren't committing crimes, right?
Yeah, no.
But it's just when you dive into the crimes being committed, there's a correlation.
Exactly. And that's another thing too, Ham, that people don't understand, bro. Again, all pigeons are birds, but all birds aren't pigeons, right?
You took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah. So again, people have poor and it's partial ignorance, but at the same time, it's weaponized ignorance, right? So when they say that, well, all the people in prison are from single mothers and stuff. Okay, yeah, majority of those are, but that means the other people, they're still the minority of people that come from single mothers end up as criminals.
Yeah,
and that's never said.
Yeah, and that's just the thing we need to say, right? Because I always see them. We start talking about black people and whatever the case is. And I'm sure there's other white people that just be listening to the conversation. But the ones that be so vocal, right, always got so much to say. Black fatigue this, black fatigue that. We saying, do you ever hear us justifying it? You literally deflected. Well, black people overrepresent. Look, the white professor from Penn State was smashing his dog.
I put a couple in the back. It was a fucking dog. It was a former cop that the fucking cop dog, he retired the cop dog and raped him.
What?
Hold on, let me see which one it is. Click on the no.
Why didn't he bite his ass?
Hey man, he was friendly. Click on the second link I sent, Hamp. The second link I put in the chat in the back.
He should have Jim Crow'd his ass.
He retires. That's not true, son.
It's true. This is true.
Second one down.
Yeah, the second one I put in the chat. Look at all these stories are true, bro. You can Google these shits and verify them.
What the fuck?
I'm telling you, man. And that's the crazy part. You don't, man, until you see it, bro, you won't believe it.
Hold on. His partner?
Hey, man. Adopted him to fucking,
His partner, son? Hold on.
They had a relationship in the field.
Hold on.
Can you imagine?
And you can't miss this one, man.
Getting head in the what?
That is fucking crazy, son. Hold on.
See this?
All right, hold on. A Louisiana K-9 police officer was sentenced to 20 years in federal prison in 2021 after pleading guilty to possessing child pornography and raping his retired police dog. What the fuck? Terry Yetman, who previously worked as a K-9 handler for Bossier City Police Department, was Ography? What is it? Was Ography charges along with multiple counts. Child pornography charges along with multiple counts of animal sexual abuse involving his retired canine. When individuals in law enforcement are found committing these types of crimes, it raises serious concerns about how they will operate without detection for so long. What kind of oversight and monitoring should police departments have to identify and remove officers who pose a danger to children and dogs? They got the dog eyes blurred. Yo, what the fuck is this?
And I put the story in the chat. So y'all, again, none of this shit is made up, man. Just Google his name. All this shit is factual, Hamp. No, Hamp, we didn't hear about this shit. You didn't hear about this shit, Hamp. 20 counts, bro. 20 counts. Then go to the last one, Hamp. Again, the last one. And it's never just one. If they fucking the dogs, bro, they fucking with kids. It's almost in tandem. All
right, hold on.
The last link I put in there. This the one that got me mad about Mike Vick, bro. He had 2 dogs.
It won't let me scroll. The last one, right?
Like Future at this. Yeah. On the in the chat.
I haven't been able to log into Twitter. Is that why I can't see? Oh, I was able to see that one.
Oh, that was under my joint. Well, you should be. Yeah, my page is open, so you should
I see you. But it won't let me.
You want me to scroll down? Oh, I'll just share my screen then.
You know what it's time for? Yep.
As Abe with the $5 says, okay, y'all keep the same energy when you talk against black women stat to verify STE. Abortion, foreclosures, make sure it's not a major play employed on the media. You know, we actually had a pretty good argument about the STD shit.
What the hell is she talking about?
Protect the identity of the victims, huh?
It's low. Can you turn it up?
It's low.
It's probably loud to him, but it's low to us.
Fantastic.
You can't hear it?
Not at all.
It's faint.
It's all the way up on my end.
Yeah,
we hear that it's on, but we can't discern anything.
Well, hold on. Let me see if I can. Let me see. Hold on. Is it a way I can? Well, hold on. Let me make sure I'm doing it right.
No, I think you're doing it right. I'm trying.
Wait, hold on. Let's see. There we go. I got to hit share sound. There we go. I didn't have share sound. What's the name? Here we go. All right, start. All right, is it good?
Yeah, go ahead.
Case out of Warren County, a man who once starred in a swingers reality show made his first appearance in court today for alleged sex crimes. WLWT News 5's Danielle Dindak was inside the courtroom and shares the details about the case.
We want to warn you, the information surrounding this case could be tough to hear. Tony McAllister was arraigned this morning on 2 sex crime charges, one involving a minor and the other dogs. Tony McAllister is familiar with being on a screen, but this is his first time he appeared in front of a Warren County judge for alleged sex crimes.
Something for this year, one is catering of sedatives involving minors. It is a felony of the second degree, carries with a potential prison term. You also have the sexual conduct with an animal.
WLWT obtained his court papers, which state, suspect knowingly possessed and uploaded child sex abuse material to his Google account. And suspect knowingly engaged in sexual conduct with 2 canines owned by Tony McAllister.
Do you understand the 2 charges? I think so.
The last time any in Warren County saw McAllister on their TV was back in 2015. Neighbors with Benefits, a short-lived cable reality show that followed the lives of 3 different swinger couples. It received a lot of backlash and was canceled after only 2 episodes aired. On Friday, McAllister was seen here on camera for his arraignment. Prosecutors asking the judge for a high bond.
In addition to that, state is requesting an order that the defendant have no contact with any minors under the age of 18, that if he is released, that he not be permitted to possess any electronics with the capability of accessing the internet. We'd ask that he not be allowed to possess any pets or companion animals while this case is pending.
The judge did set his bond at $250,000, no 10%. His next court appearance is this upcoming.
They say he can't have no pets.
Yeah, no pets, no phones, nothing.
That is fucking crazy, son.
Coming Tuesday at 11 a.m. in Warren County. Danielle Dindak,
Where's the
News 5.
What's the name for this one, man? Where's the excuse and shit?
Yo, that is fucking. They said no pets, no phones. Can't be around no kids.
Yeah, I'm just. Hey, what's the pushback for this one, man? Why y'all keep talking about everything but this evidence we showing y'all, bro? We ain't talking about black folks today. We talking about white folks. Let's stay on topic. Let's stay on topic.
No kids. That means every
because
Zoom American.
Because you know what we don't. You know what we don't do, Hamp.
Hmm.
You know what we don't do. Whenever we have the conversation or the conversation is brought up about black people, we actually have the conversation about black people because it's usually, hey, black folks is a small percentage, or we got a problem we need to fix. We argue amongst ourselves about the we never deny the existence of it, but I guess the severity is up in question, and it's very little. Well, white folks do it too, right? It's just usually however it is on the thing. It's on the we don't jump to well, hey man, these white folks out here fucking these kids and these dogs, even though that would be the that would clearly be the equivalent, right? The ultimate deflection will be, well, white folks out here fucking kids and dogs. But we don't do that. We actually had a conversation amongst ourselves about ourselves. Why is it white people that we talking about y'all fucking these kids and these dogs, and y'all talking about us, man? Let's stay on topic.
I know you are, but what am I? It's that bullshit.
Yeah, let's stay on topic, man. Today's topic is white people have a issue and a problem with sexual abuse of children and animals. Let's talk about that. We're not talking about black people today. Let's focus on y'all's problem and how it is a very, very serious issue to children.
Crickets, bro. Crickets. They want to focus. They don't want to address it. Yo, and this perversion. It didn't just start, right? And they've been sweeping it forever. I want y'all to read this book by Vincent Woodford. It's called Delectable Negro, when you get a chance. About how there was several cases of white people eating black people. Right? The video that I had queued up was Slavery, a White Man's Sexual Paradise. Taking advantage of whoever. However. But you know what? It's quiet. Maybe that's the right move.
What's that?
They quiet.
Well, let's make some noise. Fire up the wood chipper. Shit.
No, I just saying. I dropped the link. I said, why we talk? What? Yo, so every time that dude try to walk his dog, the dog must backpedal. Oh my God, man. Yo, fellas, we don't even gotta force it. You know what I'm saying? Pause. We don't even, you know what I'm saying? We don't gotta force it. And then we can go enjoy our day. We ain't tripping about shit.
Listen, man.
I wish these dogs would bite their chunkies off, man, so that the kids can be left alone. Damn.
Listen, here's the key. We got to start making sure things are in their proper context and addressed as they should be. We having a conversation about the conversation. We stay on the conversation. We stay on the topic. But there's a lot of misframing and mischaracterizing, and there's a lot of propaganda. We have to weed through it so we can get actual correction. You know? We need to get, so we can have actual correction and what's really substantive to have the conversation about. What is truly problematic. You know, what is truly problematic. And when we allow them to parse the stats to paint a picture, right? It shines an unnecessary and unjustified negative light. And so we just got to make sure that we are responsible in the conversations, even with the correction, you know, even with the assessment of how we treat each other, women, men to women. You know, when we use the numbers, let's make sure that we have some qualitative data that also backs it up, right? It's important for somebody to have experienced that, you know? So the numbers say X. Can we get people up here to justify or experience the thing that we are saying that numbers seem to, you know, what the numbers are saying? You know? So I think that's the key. And I think Shah was probably the loudest just in terms of qualitative and quantitative, and those two kind of marrying so we can actually say, well, here's the reason why. Here's the data, whether it's a survey or not, from real people who said, yes, that's why this number is as such. That gotta matter. So, but yeah, it's easy to propagandize that black fatigue shit for 2 years and monetize it. And nobody's not saying there's no correction, but it was easy to do that.
Yeah, man. And like I said, you know, once you start actually giving the pushback to this shit, you know, because when you point out the issues and problems we have, it's definitely something that we need to work on and fix amongst ourselves, because it's you know, ourselves hurting ourselves, right? But for another group of people to weaponize that shit, bro, and that always be the go-to to deflect from any and everything they got fucking going on, yeah, bro, nah, I ain't going for that. Especially when they say you guys are clearly doing worse. There's a worse here. Ain't no motherfucking wrong is wrong. Ain't no all bad is all bad. Bitch, stealing a motherfucking candy bar from the store is not the same as fucking taking a life. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And clearly fucking, you know, beating somebody up, you know, fucking assault where nobody loses their life is the same as you out here fucking kids and dogs.
Yeah, that ain't it. Let me see what Mr. Galt. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
We can't see you.
Yeah, turn the camera on.
Put my camera on, man. I think I had another app open that was using. There it is.
You know what? Fantastic. When they talk that robbery and theft shit, there's a component that needs to be studied there, and that's white collar crimes. Just like how they talk about we're violent, but they got the sex side of the house wrapped up. Well, when they talk about you stealing candy bars, okay, let's look at the books.
What's up, Mr. Galt? What you think?
It just sounds like a lot more finger pointing as opposed to, you know, taking responsibility. You know, I mean, I don't even think black people should even be allowed to mention white people and what their flaws are anymore. The blacks can at least get themselves up on their feet. It's just a waste of time and energy talking about what the white man, he do this, he do that. But blacks do a lot of stuff too. And what the black do is,
and kids though.
Yeah. Hold on. So hold on. So you do understand that every adult has it is literally a legal duty for you. If you're aware of a child being abused, you have to report it. You know that, right?
Sure.
All right then. So this isn't a black issue. We're talking about children.
If I knew of it, yeah, I report it.
Okay, so you could know of it. So hold on, this is what I'm saying. So wait. Listen to what you're saying. This isn't a black issue. This is a societal issue where children are being abused. So for you to try and frame it, either you have a very, very poor understanding of how the law works and morally, and I think a moral duty that all adults have to children. Yeah, brother, you off your rocker right now.
Okay, well, what about the moral duty for the blacks to go around stealing and killing, and they have to stop snitching? Isn't that immoral? Right?
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
You know, and I just find it hard to believe that you're really up here concerned about white children being
I am
by their father. I really doubt that.
I have kids. I have kids, right? I don't know about you. You got young kids?
Yeah.
You got young kids?
Yeah.
How's your youngest kid?
Doesn't matter. They're young enough where somebody could, an older adult could try to do something to them. So I get.
So you have minor children. You have minor children, right?
Yeah, I get your sentiment.
Great. So my son has friends that happen to be white, and I would definitely, if I ever found out that my son's friend, someone that he found to be, you know, I would step in personally, and I will handle it to the most violent degree I could to protect that child from an evil adult that was fucking violating them sexually.
Do you plan on keeping your children, and do you stay away from white people, considering that you're saying these factors about them? You know, you're spouting these facts that they have this degenerate behavior. One would think that blacks would want to stay away from people like this if white people are this bad. When you say so,
well, again, I think you either have poor comprehension or you have bad hearing.
I mean,
so
you
why would I stay?
People, you say they attack children.
Yeah, and I accept my moral duty to protect children regardless of their race.
Okay.
So regardless of what I think about it, and I don't have hold on, let me finish. I don't have a detestment or hatred for white people at all. But if knowing that white kids were being molested would make me stay them away, that would be quite diabolical in my head. Oh, I know they're getting raped, but so I'm just leave them alone. I ain't gonna protect them.
Child to go to school and be taught by someone that comes from a race of people that's likely to molest people. It sounds like what you're saying, that they are inclined to do these things, but you probably send your children to school where they're taught by these people.
Clearly.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. I think it's overblown. The bigger problem for blacks is, you know, the crime and violence in their own communities, the theft, the thievery, the stealing, the lazy, idle hands and minds.
Cool. Great. But as you said, right? So as you said, and we know most black kids go to public schools or even private schools. Do you know the percentage of white educators comparison to black educators?
No.
It's like I'll say 70-20, right? 75-25 or something like that, right? So the problem is it's inevitable, no matter, unless you homeschool, and we know homeschooling is extremely low, to where your kids are going to be involved with those same white people you talk about. And again, I don't worry about that because I have a very, very healthy relationship with my child, and I serve as a fucking, you know, just me being who I am. My kid's the last kids you want to pick. So
okay, well, in that case, it's not a problem. If all the black parents
not a problem.
Like you, it wouldn't be a problem then, right?
Well, everybody can't be 6'5", 270.
Well, but do you have to be 6'5"? Is that the requirement? Did you got to be a big nigga to do it?
Apparently.
Is that the only solution? You got to be a big black to stop this problem.
Well, I mean, I think that helps. So I think what helps it, and the problem here is that, so being that white men are the biggest perpetrators, right? And it's usually clearly going to be more white kids. So white men are, I guess, afraid of each other as much as they are of black men, right? So what I'm suggesting is, of course, you know, I was kind of being, you know, facetious there a little bit, you know, try to add some comedy to a very, very you know, harsh topic to talk about. I think since white men know that white men are the biggest perpetrators, they're not afraid of each other enough.
What do you think is a bigger? Do you think blacks are too afraid of each other? Like, what do you think is a bigger problem for blacks right now? Is it other blacks, or is it white people?
Clearly, other black people.
Okay, so why are we even talking about white people?
Because that's the topic of the day. Just like why is
that ever a topic?
Why do we talk about anything? So are you saying?
Why are you talking about anybody else?
So are you saying? So again, you got to follow me. I know you're a little older and you like to partake in the marijuana.
Sure.
So remember I told you. Do you agree that adults have a duty to children to protect children? All adults, all children. So that's why we're having the topic, brother.
Okay, so why don't we talk about that black woman or Carmelo Anthony's mammy that didn't protect her child? Wouldn't that be a better topic?
No, well, actually, we talked about that at length, ad nauseum. So that's pretty much.
I mean, we can find a topic every day about blacks neglecting their children. Right? So, why don't we focus on them? Like,
we've already focused on that. But as I told you, this
don't you think white people look at you like you stupid, like you downtrodden blacks, and you talking about somebody else? Like you,
they probably do. They probably do. But what I know is that my IQ is not low, so I don't really care. Especially you know. Let me just say this, and then I gotta let Aaron in here. Let me say this, and then I'm gonna let Aaron in here. Right? You know the opinion I actually give no fucks about. The absolute opinion I care nothing about is anybody, white, black, purple dotted, or fucking pinstripe, that would protect a child molester.
Okay, so you want to talk about child molester?
Yeah, I wouldn't give a fuck about their opinion in the first place.
The children being killed, you worry about child molesters, white child molesters. This is just stupidity of blacks. This is just stupidity of blacks to me. You focus on problems of other people and overlook your own problems.
You keep forgetting, man. No. It's a societal problem whenever children are being abused, brother, regardless of race. You're making this racial. This is about the protection of children.
Think of any societal problems caused by blacks that affect everybody? Can you think of that? Can you name one problem caused by blacks that affect everybody?
Hey, go ahead, Aaron. What we?
Yeah, go ahead, Aaron.
So, really, what's important about having this conversation is the idea that propaganda exists and it absolutely impacts our day-to-day lives. See, I don't know if you were here at the top of the show, but the first step in fighting war is psychological. It's to utilize propaganda. You want to shape a narrative and control the hearts and minds of the people that are native to the soil that the war is being fought on. If you don't do that, you're fighting an uphill battle in an unforgiving environment in a way that you can't win. All right. So what's happening is what they do is they'll use stats to shape a narrative about the black community to create fear among black people, which is self-sabotaging, but among other demographics that we have to deal with and communicate with and negotiate with on a daily basis, but then they want to hide their skeletons and make themselves seem like there's nothing wrong with them, right? And what we're trying to do is we're looking at the fact that, okay, yeah, we have our problems and the world knows, but the people that
what are our problems?
Disseminating the information that we have problems, they're hiding their problems, and it's affecting the global perception of us, which gets in our way.
Can you name one?
It affects our own perception of ourselves.
Can you name the top problem facing blacks today? What's the top problem? If you had to solve one problem for blacks,
John, we can't see you.
You gotta turn your camera on.
If you had to solve one problem,
John, you got to get on camera. You have to get on camera.
Damn, let me come on camera. If you could solve one problem, what do you think is the biggest problem that the blacks need to solve today?
I don't know, but we've been discussing that every show for the last 2 or 3 years. We've discussed this maybe 2 shows out of 720 days. So we'll discuss that next Monday.
So y'all still ain't figure it out.
Well, again, like I said, you're here today, and like you said, we do this show every Monday. We've been doing it now, like you said, for at least 2 years, right? Hamp?
Yeah.
At least 2 years.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure if you go back, so we can go back. You can just go back and look at the archives of that, brother. Again, today's topic is this, and just to the point, and I'm glad you see people like you are very, very valuable. So the reason why this is so important, right? Because I just looked this up. So approximately maybe 1,800 kids die per year, right? But there's 60,000 children that are sexual victims of sexual abuse. Don't you think that's far more important or something that everybody needs to be concerned with? 60,000 children that are sexually abused per year in comparison to less than 2,000 that are killed.
Sure, it's a big number, but most of it probably, I would imagine, happening within the families. So probably not a lot.
Which families though? Which families?
I don't know. Yeah.
I think you know.
I don't know. Honestly,
Tim Tebow told you. So it's white families. The vast majority of them are going to be white families.
Okay, well, if you say so, fine. Cool.
Well, it's not what I say so. That's what the stats say. That's what the stats say. It's not what I say so.
I'm taking your word for it. Right? If you said Tim Tebow said it, I'll take his word for it. I said not.
Stats said, and it's like I said again. This is a problem to where again I'm surprised as to where this isn't talked about more often, being that you have so many children that are victims. And again, it's every adult's duty to protect children. But because the perpetrators aren't black people, now let's change the conversation and talk about black people and what the fuck they need to do and what they need to fix and all that. No, that's not the.
So you think this is a white problem?
Go. Did you hear what he just said? Hold on. Let's clarify. This what you responding to. Just make sure you clear. 1,600 kids are killed every year, right? 62,000 are molested, right? And there's a demographic that overrepresents in that. And where it's discussing kids being kept safe, are you saying that that's not a topic worth discussing?
Sure.
No, I'm asking, not
But
sure, because this is kids we're talking about.
But I think it's a topic that.
Well, what I'm asking you is, if it's 62,000 kids being molested, 1,600 being killed, are you saying that it's a waste of time to focus on the 62,000 that are being molested?
Well, I think it's a different conversation because I'm saying
that's what he asking you though. That's what he asked you though. Answer the question though.
Let me finish.
No, here's the thing. I asked you a direct question.
I'm trying to answer.
No. See, here's what doesn't work. When people be laughing, when people be laughing and acting like ain't nobody listening. No, I asked you a direct question, right? You tried to give me context first, right? I asked you. So here's my question, right? Say yes or no, and then you can add your context, right? So, do you remember the question?
62,000 children.
Okay. Are you saying that's a topic not worth discussing?
Sure. It's probably not a topic for blacks to be discussing.
Why?
Because blacks have so much bigger problems.
Why not?
Because blacks have so much bigger problems that if something isn't affecting them, then they should probably have sympathy, but they need to prioritize. And if you're worried about an issue, if you're worried about an issue, but as Hamp just said, this is an issue that mostly affects white people. Blacks have so many issues that they need to focus on their issues.
No. We didn't even give you the demographic. Mr. Fantastic asked you what demographic.
Mostly white people. You said it's mostly white people. I heard you say that earlier. It's mostly white men.
No, mostly white people perpetrate, not affected by.
That's what I'm saying.
Affected by.
Perpetrate.
Right, but I'm assuming that if they're perpetrators, they're probably doing it on their own groups of people, right? Most crime is committed within your race, so that means they're probably doing it against other white people. So I'm just curious to know why the hell do blacks care?
Not people, children.
Children.
Let's be children
right?
against children.
Are people, right? Are children?
Yeah,
people?
but no. But see, it's funny. So it's funny, right? And this is a part of the problem. And I said this is why you're really, really valuable today. And this is how stuff like this, the seriousness of it gets passed by, because we just say, if you say people, well, that's anybody, that's anything. That could be old, young, new, whatever.
Strike that.
When you say children, right?
Strike people, I say children.
Specifically.
Okay.
Children.
All right, I want you to spend 5 minutes on children. I got it. My bad. I should have said children. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
This is what propaganda does to the mind, right here. This is it.
Yeah, of course. Hey, man. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Gall, it's because of propaganda. He thinks that he's making a heavy point by saying, why are black people talking about other shit?
Yeah. I don't have to convince you that something is there when your mind is programmed to not even recognize it. I don't have to hide it from you.
So y'all are worried about white people committing sexual offenses?
Propaganda.
Yes, we're worried about white people committing sexual offenses against children.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
What do you think about that, Mr. Galt?
I think it's bullshit. I think if you are worried about that, then that shows you how stupid blacks are. With all the problems they got, they worried about what? The dominant group
about protecting children. About protecting children. Wow.
But go protect your children in your neighborhood. Start there first.
Well, again, like we said, even if you look at that, our children are protected from sexual crimes in comparison to white kids.
But why you don't protect them from murder then?
Well, again, like I told you, we just went over that though.
Protecting from murder isn't hell? You can still live your life after being molested. Life is over being shot.
That's crazy. Right? Wow.
Still alive. Propaganda is a set. Listen, it's a set and forget weapon. Propaganda.
Yeah, let fools talk, man. Let a fool talk.
Just once you initiate that momentum in propaganda, you let it go. It does its thing. It's happening. It's right here.
This dude said
many people live. And I'm not excusing. I'm saying, like, if you're black, right, you probably have stand a better chance of getting attacked, beat up, robbed, or having to go force live in a neighborhood that you can't afford because you don't want to live around other blacks. And here you guys up here sitting around talking about what white people are doing.
He don't know what he just said.
It's kind of odd to me.
He don't know what he just said.
He don't care, man. He don't even care.
Yeah. Because
we'll come back to you, good brother. Again, man. You serving a great purpose today, man. We're gonna get everybody else in here, man. Shout out to Josh,
Mr. Galt. Hold on, let's get Josh. I think Josh want to talk to you anyway, Mr. Galt. Go ahead, Josh.
Yeah, he know talk to me.
What's up, Josh?
He got to respect what the white man say.
How's everybody doing? As for the concept of sex offenders not having an effect on black society, would be untrue. Just taking in the school system. Imagine a black or a white person diddles kids in whatever school district you're in, right? Then somebody goes along and or the parents decide they're going to sue that school district for whatever. You don't think that's going to have a direct impact on the society in there? All of the black kids that attend that school?
Sure.
Their property taxes are increasing, so it's going to have an effect on them.
Sure.
And if we all live in this society and we all generally, I believe we all tend to agree that the kids are basically, it's the responsibility of adults to protect children, regardless in any society, regardless in any race. If we all agree to that, then what's the issue? I would appreciate a black man going up in there and beating the living absolute crap out of the first person they can find that has anything to do with any of this stuff. We actually, as from the white community, we actually pray they go to prison and get the crap beat out of them because we like that extra street justice in there.
Do you think these blacks would pray that you would go and attack one of their children, like a Carmelo Anthony? Do you think these blacks
attacking the children?
You think
this got nothing to do with Carmelo. This got nothing to do with Carmelo.
No, I understand, but you seem desirous of the black man's help in these issues. But do you think the blacks are desirous for you helping them and taking a strong hand against their children?
It wouldn't matter what I think. It wouldn't matter what I think. Would I want black people to destroy sex offenders as they find them? Yes.
Man, you up here talking to these blacks, they Carmelo Anthony, they do what Carmelo Anthony's family did to their neighbors. On one hand,
real quick. So hold on, wait.
If the topic is about white people and sex offenders,
these blacks don't give a damn about that.
Right? What the hell does Carmelo have to do anything with that?
Because these blacks will smile in a white person's face until things go sideways, and then they start calling you racist, just like Carmelo.
Okay, let's hypothetically say I hate all of the black people on the panel and they hate me, right? Does it not mean that we can't work together within certain aspects of society?
I don't think you can, honestly. In large parts, maybe individuals.
So hold on. Let me just real quick, Josh. Let me step back in here. So I noticed you keep saying these blacks.
Yeah,
brother, you black as the ace of spades, man.
Hell, I'm black as hell.
Yeah. So what do you? So you including yourself in these blacks? Or what are you doing, brother?
Yep. I'm black as hell.
All right, but clearly, so if you're clearly juxtaposed,
right? So you see, I'm black, right? So
yeah, I got you. So hold on, wait. So hold on, let me walk you down. Let me walk you through this. So, do you think you're the only black person that thinks how you think?
No, I don't think so. But it's very few, because clearly you got 500 stupid ass blacks listening to white people.
Well, it's clearly white people. It's clearly white people in the chat, and there's even one white person on the thing. So again, your comprehension skills, brother. Stop the weed, brother.
He just coming over here trying to.
Well, no, you don't. He's a regular here. He actually stands on the opposite side of the topic a lot of times.
Why don't you tell him how you feel about blacks, then, Josh? I heard you on other panels talking about blacks. Tell these blacks how you really feel about them.
Well, he said it here.
If you're a DNC voter, I dislike you. But that leaves out 15% that I happen to find horribly find coveted. You don't think I want HAMP in my a person like HAMP, even if it was just half the person that HAMP was, I would want in my society.
I don't think
Mr. Fantastic is a right leaner. I want this fucker running.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Josh, you don't have to even. Yo, Josh ain't your deflection tool. You gotta talk about what you talking about. Stop trying to deflect the Josh being here or not. Okay, cool. Josh is addressing you about something. Well, hold on, Mr. Gold. Josh is addressing you about something directly. He's saying, here's why this affects everybody and why it should be talked about by black communities.
Josh is a cuck. He comes up and tries to be friend black. Right? He's just a racial cuck. Comes up, try to be friend blacks, then he go around.
Everybody that agrees is a cuck,
right?
Right?
So the white comes and he call y'all as niggers, but he come up here and try to be friend blacks and we got a problem too, black man. But in reality, Josh,
wait, I can't be friends with black people?
Sure,
I can't be friends with black people.
It's not a real friendship, because if you really told him how you really felt about him, they probably wouldn't be your friend, right? So you have to.
They know. They absolutely know.
I'm sure they don't know the full depth.
Almost everybody, at least 80% of this community.
I bet you Alton Metcalf's father probably thought that he had some black friends until he realized that they weren't really his black friends.
Yeah, but how do you keep? I'm just curious though. Let me ask a question. So how do you keep paralleling this back to?
Because blacks are fair weather and they love hating on white people, and they spend more energy hating on white people than they will improving themselves. I saw somebody in the chat say, if you focus on yourself, your children will be taken care of. You ain't got to focus on white people, focus on yourself. Right? Yeah, it's at least 3 memorials of dead children within 5 blocks of me. Like, and you up here talking about what white people do? It just sounds silly.
Yeah, what block you on? Protection of children, all children. We're talking, and to your point, right? So I think, hold on, I gotta give you context. So I think you remember the Sandusky case?
Yes.
You remember the Jerry Sandusky scandal?
Yeah. Yeah,
so remember that he molested children in football programs. That was a white man molesting all races of boys for years. So this is why it concerns me, because this is what happens, right? You get these child predators that no one talks about, and the wonderful thing about child predators is they don't discriminate about race. Then they don't discriminate about race at all. It's just a child thing, right? So when you get up here and you try to say, well, what you worried about this? Well, I can give you Jerry Sandusky. If I do enough, research, I can show you other cases. Hold on. Another one. Hey, Hamp, remember the doctor for the U.S. Olympics team, gymnastics.
Touching the women?
Yeah. No, not women. Girls.
The girls.
When was that?
That was girls.
When was that?
That was 20.
That was recent. That was recent. That was less. That was like within since 2020.
Oh, 6 years ago.
Yeah. So see, the thing about me, Mr. Galt, is I do this shit for real. I don't just speculate. I don't just talk. People say stupid shit, and I let them set their own traps for themselves. And what I do is I can off the top of my head, I remember I'm like, well, damn, that Jerry Sandusky shit went on for like how long? Hell, 20 years.
Yeah.
The Sandusky scandal lasted like a long ass time.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, during that, I just recollected the whole scandal with the doctor for the USA Olympics. So this is why it's not a white person thing. Again, it's children.
Do you think a lot of this is going on? Cool. Do you think any of this is going on in the black community and it's being underreported?
Of course. But what we're focusing on, just how. Hold on, wait. We're not denying that.
You missed the second part of what he said. You missed the second part of what he said. He said underreported, Mr. Fantastic.
No, it's not underreported. How would it be underreported?
See, he didn't agree with you, Mr. Galt.
So you don't think any of this activity is happening in black communities just being brushed up on the rug? You know, Uncle Larry touches his niece or something like that. You don't think any of that's happening?
Why would that be exclusive to black people if that was the case?
I'm just saying it would likely be underreported. There are a lot of crimes that go underreported.
So that means so let's give you that, right? So that means if it's underreported for black people, it's underreported for white people, and they're even worse perpetrators.
What I'm saying.
Let's stay there first. Don't jump. So do you, by your premise, let's agree that black people don't have any capability of underreporting more than white people, correct?
I think blacks underreport crime, yeah.
That makes no sense when we overrepresented crime. So that makes no sense, because when you look at the way that crime is reported and black people, the biggest thing that white people use against black people is overrepresentation. So you wouldn't be. Hold on. Let me point this out. That's logically, that doesn't make sense logically or mathematically for you to overrepresent in crime and it be underreported.
Well, let's say you could be overrepresented based on your ratio of people in the country, but you could still have unreported crimes, which means that
that's across the board, though. Right? Everybody has unreported crime.
In the black community, there's a lot. If you probably don't live around blacks, but in the black community, there's a lot of. I live in
Jacksonville, Florida, brother. I live around plenty of blacks.
Cool, but that don't mean you live. So you should know this. Then there's a lot of underreported crime. There's people shooting guns. That's a crime. Nobody causing.
White people have I don't know how many more guns than black people. That's not even funny.
Literally not saying nothing.
And rural areas have much more.
Not saying anything.
The gun in the inner city is a crime. It doesn't get reported. Guns go off all the time in the inner city. Nobody reports it. That's why they had to go get shot spotted and stuff like that to keep track of it. But no one's going to jail for many of these crimes. Theft, burglary, robbing. People get beat up all the time in the ghetto. No one's going to jail for most of that stuff.
No
It's
one's going to
unreported. They get up and go
Going to
home.
jail is crazy.
Right? I just had a tenant get stabbed like 2 weeks ago. He ain't reported. He got up and went to the hospital and went home. Right? Like, what do you mean? Like, most of these crimes that are reported by whites, they're probably closer to the real number. The black number, like, stop snitching, no snitching. You get your own retribution. And a lot of this stuff is unreported.
So if we were to go after sex offenders, would we go after the bigger numbers or the smaller numbers first within our society?
You go after the bigger numbers, right?
AKA this topic in the white people, and it is very much a white problem.
Okay, well, let the white people fight the battle. The blacks have so many problems. I don't even know why they're concerned. Right? They probably got it in their community too.
Whether they want to participate or not, they want to talk about it. Why can't they talk about it?
I'm sure they do want to talk about it to take their eyes off the destruction of blacks. That's probably the only reason they want to talk about it. So they don't have to talk about the destruction of
you
blacks.
don't know where you at, bro. Again, like I said, bro, we got over 2 years of content in conversations concerning just that, where we address all of the issues. Hold on,
I never heard you talk about the low IQ of blacks.
Have
you ever talked about the low IQ of blacks?
If I was a bad man, bro, if I was a bad man, you got the lowest IQ up here.
Yeah, but I'm saying collectively, I could. You might be right, but collectively, the group could have a low IQ relative to everybody else.
I promise you not.
You don't think so? You think? What do you think blacks rank in IQ then? Huh?
Wait.
The thing that's given right is outdated data, and I think they actually use. Yes, outdated data. So
you think blacks just as intelligent as everybody else?
I mean, most people are of average intelligence.
But I'm saying blacks on collectively, you think they fit right along with everybody else.
Yes.
Their behavior and everything just shows you that their IQ and their intelligence.
Because when the people you're talking about, right? So from a poverty rate. So from a poverty and a criminal rate standpoint, bro, it everything balances out to be about the same.
So you think the blacks and everybody else is just blacks are shooting along are in the same weight class as everybody else, but the outcome on the street is totally different. And you're saying they're just the same as everybody else. And this is amazing talk.
You could take just the people on this panel and compare them to just the white people in any metric, whether it's economics or whatever. Yeah, they fit right in with us. What are we talking about?
Sure, okay. If you want to tell these blacks that, tell them. Let them believe that.
Aaron's a homeowner with kids. Fantastic's a homeowner with kids.
I'm a homeowner too, but you can't tell me that. You can't tell me like this is a self-selected group of people, right? If I were to drag 100 blacks up here of just random blacks, you're gonna find that it's gonna be a totally different reflection of Black America, right?
The same way if you were to go down to the damn trailer trash industry of the United States in some trailer park, right? You could find some horrible white people to do it. So
you got this white man up here trying to make you blacks feel good and telling you that you just
no, because I want to have the conversation.
You just as good as white trash, but in reality, blacks are not, they're not living up to the same standards as white trash. You can live around white trash. You can't live around black trash. Most of these people in your audience probably do not live around black trash, right? You can't live around it. I live around black trash. Most people won't want to live and deal with what I deal with. I could pull up videos in my neighborhood, naked black women just laying on the street in front of a school. Most blacks don't want to live around that, so they rather go live around whites, because you're not going to see that by and large in white neighborhoods. Maybe you'll see that on Kensington, but that's just one street or one of those small neighborhoods.
Are you up here to have the conversation within this paradigm of this topic?
Yeah.
You're here to have this conversation?
Are you here just to pat these blacks on the head?
I want to have this conversation because I want these people eradicated from our society.
No, I think you want to pat these blacks on the head. That's what I really believe.
Which ones? You mean the ones that I like? I've been running around with Aaron on panels for I don't know how long, and in Discord. Same thing with Fantastic. Same thing with HAMP. Cheeky, I kind of like. I like him. I can't stand the whole centrist position. But that doesn't mean.
I bet you wouldn't feel the same way if you lived around a bunch of blacks. I bet you wouldn't say that.
So
I bet you wouldn't say that. I bet you.
Yeah. So
you'd be like,
hold on, John. We gotta
man.
get my man Cheeky in here. Shout out to Cheeky in the building. Cheeky, go ahead, brother.
Yeah. So hello everybody. Good morning / good afternoon, depending where you're at. Blah say blah. Right. I think this will be my first time actually interacting with a black racist in my life. Like I've heard of them, and I know a lot of people like to equivocate his behavior and his actions to people like Fantastic, but they are not even in the same ballpark.
I'm worse than Fantastic. I'm worse than Fantastic.
Like I've never.
I'm much worse than Fantastic.
There's nothing like because last week when he came on the show, the thing that like these people don't bother me because there's a level of stupidity that I can ignore to a degree, right? Like there's a level of stupidity that makes me upset because it's like I think they're grasping, close to the concept, and it's frustrating because they're almost there. Then there's just this level where he's using race realist talking points.
Yeah,
right?
I am
about
IQ. Yeah,
right,
I'm a race
about
realist.
IQ and things like that. But
I deal with black. How could I not be real?
That's a pseudoscience that's already been disproven by those who've studied things like epigenetics and genetics, generally speaking.
You never dealt with black.
The issue is for somebody to be it proves the statement true that racists are just stupid people. It has nothing to do with skin color or any of those things. In actuality, it's just racist people are just stupid.
I'm glad you understand. I'm glad you realize
when you look these things up, because they try to make the same argument about people that are sub-Saharan African, right? That their IQ just generally are just lower because they're just dumber. But what you find is when given the opportunity to study and understand the same exact metrics that is used during IQ, they fall within the same normal bell curve for average IQ. So IQ, this idea of race realism and IQ testing and people falling low, this dude is just legitimately a black racist person, and it falls in line with the stupidity that comes with being a racist.
I'm glad you realize that I'm much worse than Fantastic.
It's not about any of those things.
However you compare me to Fantastic, he's not even in sight.
Not only are you a racist,
right? You would agree with that, though.
You're a terrible conversationalist.
I'm terrible.
You're not able to stay on topic.
I just want you to say one thing,
and you're not able to just deal with the facts of the situation.
Sure.
Like
if
we're dealing with a topic, it's just you're a terrible conversationalist. If we're dealing with a topic, just stay on the topic. Right?
Yeah, I got you.
But
you say it one more time.
You can't.
There's a difference between me and Mr. Fantastic. You are correct, right?
You can't do it. You can't do it because it for whatever reason it deconstructs your viewpoint on white people. That's just so superior. I've never seen anything like this before, but it's interesting to a degree.
I'm glad you realize that I am much different than Mr. Fantastic. I'm glad you realize that I am much different. Fantastic is not in my league there. I'm glad you really realize that, though.
Yeah,
I'm glad you realize that.
Real quick, before I get Beans in, I just want to clarify, and Mr. Williams, yeah, we're not. You're saying much worse, right? As though you guys are categorically the same. You guys aren't in the same category at all. Mr. Fantastic doesn't have the level of vitriol, vigor, and facetiousness about black topics that you have. No, you're a different archetype.
Fantastic is a McNamara's folly.
Yeah, you're a different archetype. Mr. Fantastic is
McNamara's folly. You know what McNamara's folly is? Do you know what McNamara's folly is?
Mr. Gall, let me tell you this. Don't talk while I'm talking.
Sorry about that.
It makes no sense. I was just differentiating, that part specifically. Let me get Mr. Williams, Mr. Beans, and then Mr. Gall, you could jump back in.
Hey, salute to everybody. Salute to the panel in the chat. Now I get why y'all give us old heads hell. And I'm not even as old as them. But I understand it now. I got to see it in real fucking time that he's a goddamn idiot. I got to see it for real. Now I see why I get hell. From that right there, that whole conversation, breaking the topic, we not shitting on black people today, man. We talking about these trashy ass white people who screw around these damn dogs, having sex with horses and all of this with their women. We talking about the fact that you got these little crazy ass little white boys in these damn basements plotting to kill, shoot up schools and all of this goofy shit. That's what we're talking about. You are up here just making us look so bad as black men right now. We know what our
you think I make black men look bad?
We know what our issues are, though. Right now, we talking about these trashy ass white people. Why, guy, hold on. Your ass been talking for like 40 minutes, man. Drinking gin and juice and shit. It's in the morning. The fuck? Like, it's pitiful, man. You making us look bad for real. And I think that's your goal, to come up here and troll and not stay on topic. I think it's just fucking disrespectful. For real. It's just really disrespectful. That's all I gotta say, huh?
Damn, that's a valid point.
I'm gonna get your money back on that marijuana's folly.
McNamara's folly.
I know what McNamara's folly is. Vietnam.
Tell us what it is. Tell us what McNamara's folly is.
You gotta come with a clear mind. I'm saying clear your mind.
Tell us what McNamara's folly is. Tell us what it is.
No, we're not going to get into the Vietnam era and the workforce numbers. We're not going to do it because it has nothing to do with the conversation today. I'm saying if you clear your mind, you can stick to the conversation more cleanly.
Listen, bro. Dumbass up. Tell us about McNamara's folly since you know so much, smarty, Artie.
Listen,
I just told you about it. See, this is the problem. You have a cloudy mind. When people converse with you and answer your questions, you don't even understand that they answered the question.
I want you to look at Fantastic and tell him about McNamara's folly.
I just looked at you and said we're not going to talk about Vietnam era workforce numbers. We're not going to do it because there's no forbearance on the conversation today, and you'll see it if you can clear your mind.
Yeah, I got it, Aaron. Listen, bro, John Galt. Listen, bro. You are.
Hey, I gotta take this call, man. I ain't even gonna fucking listen.
Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah. Get out of here with them dentures, bro. Yeah, appreciate you for serving the purpose today, brother. Yeah, listen, bro. Again, the wonderful thing about this is, much as you niggas hate me, bro. Again, I embrace being a black man. I as much as I say I hate you niggas and I'm tired of you niggas, I say it, but I come here every day and try to figure out something for us to get better, bro. Again, y'all not gonna care because again, y'all too emotional. That's the problem. But the wonderful thing about John Galt coming up here today, bro, was to show you the real coons, as you say, the real Uncle Ruckuses, the real niggas that hate being niggas and don't like niggas. Okay? This man came up here and spouted any and every, and it's crazy, right? So the thing that he does to Josh is he's that on white panels. I've never seen John Galt say anything positive about black people. Not one thing, bro. I only known him for like maybe 2 years. Nothing. Blacks this and blacks that. Like, bro, ain't you black, brother? Yeah, I'm black, but fuck y'all niggas. You don't do good. You got big lips. You eat chicken and watermelon. Like that's what he does on his panels. Yep, he agreed that the most racist of panels. He right there. Yep. You're right. Yes, sir.
He hates Whoopi Goldberg's lips.
Listen, man. As much as you niggas hate me, bro, no real motherfucking nigga haters. All right, when you see them, it's on you, Beans. Go ahead, Beans.
Great, Beans. What up? We can't hear you, bro.
Yeah, I'm muting my mic when I'm not talking now, because I be saying shit that people don't need to hear, bro. I be disrespecting people. So, Hamp, what's up though, fat ass boy?
What's goody?
Shit, man. To be honest with you, does this clear Fantastic? No, because I don't think Fantastic is truly as bad as people make him out to be. Now, he is as bad as I make him out to be, but that's because I'm realistic. I don't overdo it. Everybody know I respect, bro. I respect Fantastic. But I agree with him. At first, it was stressing me out that y'all even let this nigga John go on the panel. He is the black version of what Josh used to be. And
damn.
it's stressful to see these kind of people because of the fact that I know that shit is propaganda for the rest of the world. Look at these niggas, look how they talk, look how they act and shit. But to Fantastic's point, you need it. If you don't see it, you can't expose it. So you need it. And we was able to expose it today. And I just want to make sure that for those who rock with me and maybe don't rock with Mr. Fantastic, echo his sentiments. See the difference. I say this at least once on every show I do. See the difference, right? Now, what you just saw in John, make sure you acknowledge that same shit in your favorites. I ain't gonna say no names because this HAMP channel, and he don't like us dropping names on people. Say it like they're alone. But all I'm saying is when it's your favorites, make sure you notice the same fuck shit in them too. Don't just do it in people that you don't like or people who you like and they don't like, but notice the bullshit when it's your favorites and call it out then too. So now, Cheeky, if I call John Galt stupid, am I wrong?
I don't think so.
Now we know Cheeky is not the type to just go around and offend people. So if he say I'm not wrong, that means he's noticing the same thing I'm assessing. So y'all got to stop this, trying to make it seem like I just be insulting people, bro. No, I judge people on the shit that come out their mouth, man. That ain't my fault. I'm pretty where I do it. Hating ass niggas.
I don't know. That's the thing. People tend to do that. They only can talk about one thing. And so that's the thing that they focus on. Remember, Beans, you and I and Shah was talking about erudition. People can talk about one topic, one subject, and they try to redirect every conversation and make it relatable to the thing that they think they're versed in. Right? Mm-hmm. There's a conversation. The bestiality shit is diabolical. That shit just crazy. But the much more important facet of it is kids being put in potential danger. And there's a demographic that overrepresents. And so you have to make an honest assessment. Also, when you assess violence, black people always lead in violent crime, right? That's the sentiment. But rape, molestation are violent crimes, but they're parsed out, they're separated. If you combine violent crime together, what would be the percentages then? You see? But it's when you compartmentalize it, now you can just make a case or try to substantiate. Furthermore, Mr. Fantastic showed us a sheet about the percentage points where white people were 10, 15, 20% points higher than everybody else, where it was convictions. We are assessing black people's violent crimes based on arrests. And then we know that black men also have the most exonerations. But now you're having a holistic conversation to consider all the points because of the propaganda. Let's see if the propaganda is actual. But you can't even get there, through the conversation. So that's the summation of everything that I think was most important today, The floor is open.
Yeah. Are you familiar with Morris Day and the Time?
Yeah.
They had a song back in the day that went something like this. C-O-O-N. What's that spell? Coon, coon, coon.
we laughing hard as a motherfucker.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God, bro. I'm sorry. I apologize, Aaron, for messing up that classic song from the 80s. Fuck that. I couldn't take it no more. Coon, coon, coon. I'm about to have to do that one. I'm about to do that one, Chicky. You gonna do it with me? Coon, coon, coons.
All over the internet. I don't think he's a coon. I don't know what to call him. Like,
no, that nigga's definitely a coon. If that nigga could get you arrested for some shit he know you didn't do, he would do it. Like, that nigga is trash. Okay? This nigga is a person who swears up and down he owns real estate and that he rents to Section 8 people, and yet he talks shit about Section 8 people. Right?
Well, my thing is this.
So,
He
I'm
says
just
he
saying.
lives amongst black people.
Right.
Right. And he lives in this destitute area. At least that's how he makes it sound. My question is why? And then two, if he's in the PG area that we just looked up last week, none of the things he's saying makes sense, nor is it substantiated. So I'm trying to understand who, like, his reality is. I think he's lying. I just don't believe him.
Right. Coon, coon, coon. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The dude is full of shit, bro. He talks shit about the main people he swear he survives off of.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
like
for
that's
sure.
that's what makes it problematic. And then on top of all that, he said, I live around trash. Yes, because you're trash. That's usually how trash works. You don't usually find trash amongst the clean places and clean folks, right? It's usually trash among trash, right? So it is what it is. But I want you to notice this, Cheeky, also, that we spending a lot of time now, and then it's me too, talking about him and not the topic. And in reality, that's his mission.
I know that's the
Well,
thing.
he's part of the topic. That's the thing. He is a part of the entirety of the show, right? Because Fantastic and Aaron and Hamp, when they were speaking on it, they were speaking on people that will be like this. And him being the example is exactly why this conversation about black fatigue and the issues of the black community, or whatever you want to call it, is laughable, because when we start delving into the issues of society by and large and things that affect people statistically and numerically, white people participate in a larger amount, and that's because they are the largest population. The things that we're talking about, it all coincides. All we need is a couple of hymns to enhance this propaganda and this messaging and imagery. And that was the point that Aaron was making. So he's part of the show, and he played a very integral part, because he's proving everything that we know to be true.
He's a lab-grown textbook example of what propaganda does to the mind.
Exactly.
That's why I said I was genuine in it. Thank you. That really served a purpose, Beans. I was genuine in it. I was genuine because, like I said, and it's even better, right? Because he serves as the purpose of the black person that hates himself so much and hates his own people so much. It's like, fuck what them white folks got going on. Fuck them kids. I don't care about them kids getting fucked. That's basically what he came up here to say. That's basically what he came up here to say. Like, y'all need to focus on the shootings and the robberies and the this and the that. And I was like, hold on, brother.
Didn't he say at least they're alive and it's not that?
Exactly.
I'm trying to, I'm not being
trying to piece it together, parts it together. He said it's better for kids. Yeah, they ain't dying. At least they ain't dying. Somebody just fuck on them, but they'll be all right.
Everybody was like, huh?
Hey, y'all, he said put some dirt on it. Put some dirt on it.
He said, what do you, wait.
He just got a little dick put in you. You'll be all right.
So the key, right?
That's what he said, Cheeky.
Now, again, to be fair, go ahead.
Just real quick, because I was trying to frame the conversation just for the people who maybe got here in terms of why this was so important to discuss. We can talk about John's archetypes and more if you'd like, but like Aaron's saying, the propaganda has gotten to him, right? And he has a level of anecdotal experience that substantiates what he's seeing on the media as well, right? Things do happen in impoverished areas, right? Density plus poverty, right? Crime usually starts to rear its head. You even see it like with the Indians, right? The Native Americans on their reservations, right? They live there in a small area. There's no money aside from the casino, and who knows what the allocation of that is. And you see a lot of trafficking, a lot of drugs, and etc. So there's an equation that makes sense when you start to see crime rear its head, Now this stuff though, right? Because you got robberies, people shooting each other over territory and beat, whatever the case is. Now this stuff though, taking advantage of women with rape, taking advantage of children with molestation, child pornography. That shit don't have no place ever. You could justify, like we were just saying, murder. As an example, Cain Velasquez was trying to kill the person who tried to accost his daughter. He wasn't successful, but he was trying. Every man would have been like, good shit, Cain. Even they gave him a lighter sentence when he went to prison. And then in prison he was treated like a king. Plus he can fight too, if you know who Cain Velasquez is.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, Hamp, just real quick, right? Just quick interjection. I think even the judge, I don't want to say the judge cried, but the judge was like, hey, man, I hate to do this, but by the law, I have to, pretty much.
Yeah. And that's how that is. But what we're talking about don't have no bearings there. So when he was saying worry about the community, etc., we worrying about kids. And like Josh was saying, the teachers can be who? And if the teachers have access to who? And who's the who? What do these people look like? Josh, do you have any insight by being a white man about the perversion that go on in y'all heads?
It's kind of common. And I've said this several times over. Go to any state, pull up the sex offender registry. These are all convictions, 100% convictions, no arrests, no accusations, all convictions. And they're going to show up at some 8 or 9 at the low end percent where it's predominantly white versus any other race, regardless of just blacks, right? And then if you get into larger populations, they go up to something I think is like 18%. Like, it's just crazy numbers. It's ingrained within our society, so much so that there used to be stereotypes. Like if you talk about the bestiality thing, right? Like there was the Arkansas people in Arkansas doing sheep. There's like these weird jokes about sheep vagina, something similar to human vagina. Like there's all kinds of weird stuff that exists. It is what it is. However,
crazy.
I actually think that black people might have a unique ability to deal with this that we won't. Strangely enough, there's a large number of cities within the United States that ban sex offender residency, meaning like you can have a city, and within that city, that municipality, they can just actually ban residency whatsoever. And it appears that if you're dealing with large metro cities, predominantly black residents, y'all would have a unique ability to get up into the township and propose these anti-residency laws that are common and get them up out of your damn town.
Yeah.
There's solutions to get rid of them.
What do you guys think about if you had somebody who's on the sex offenders list? Do you guys ever check it?
Yeah. My wife.
Yeah, I was in the habit of checking it when my kids were small. Not so much now. You know what I'm saying? My kids, you can pretty much, a certain, but yeah, I check that shit randomly. And I said this, I said this, if you call yourself being, especially if you're a single mom, you got small kids and you're not checking that fucking sex offender registry, you're failing your kids, bro. Cause you'll be surprised, bro. You'll be surprised. There's regular people you come by or people that work at establishments and certain things and so on and so forth. You'll be surprised who's on that list. So I'm not saying it's something you need to do every day or every week, but at least quarterly or biannually, you need to be checking that sex offender registry.
I feel like you should check it at least. And I'm saying, feel for real, like you should check it once a month, to be honest. Especially when you have adolescent kids and then have this 14-year-old little girl. So I'm constantly worried about it.
Josh, now when you said it is what it is, you realize you said that about bestiality.
Yeah, we can't do anything about it. We used to try to shun it. And again, this goes back at least 150 years. We tried shunning it. We tried joking about it. We're ill-effective at handling it because the numbers have grown. Like in the last 150 years, the numbers have actually particularly grown to it. So whatever tactics we did beforehand clearly doesn't work. At least the shunning part doesn't work, right?
Does it work kind of like this? Like when men try to admonish men, like black men, let's say I told them, hey man, keep your dick in your pants, pause. It's really ineffective because if I could get access to those many women, I would too. So it's almost like they like, nigga, please.
Is that how it is? Like,
Oh, I meant like.
No, I'm saying like with y'all,
I meant
is it
like-
like it's like yo, like if he got access to that goat, he might have done the same thing.
Yeah, no, I meant like in a concept of somebody that even has a rumor about it, like the stereotype of actually calling somebody a pardon my vulgarity, a sheep fucker, right? Like that actually was a thing within our culture, and it just didn't seem to do anything, regardless of how much we actually would call somebody this publicly. It's supposed to be a humiliation. That's what shunning's for. It doesn't work. It doesn't work when we do it.
Sounds like, yep.
That's some great. Yeah.
Well, well, they say that about people overseas too. So whenever we had certain missions and whatnot, they would call them sheep fuckers. The mountain.
It's usually goat fuckers. Goat fuckers. Goat fuckers
thing.
overseas. Yeah.
Well, goat fuckers.
Well, no, the goat thing was for the Middle Easterns. The sheep is white people
the Middle
thing.
Easterns is what's name. Yeah.
So I mean, like we had these. I that's why I came into the conversation, because I actually want to have the conversation because I want a damn solution. I want some tactics that we can use to get rid of these people.
Wood chipper, C4. Get yourself one of these. That's a good point weapon. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm willing to go to prison for
Are
somebody.
you talking about out of America, Josh?
Do what?
You talking about getting rid of them out of America?
I think you have to start somewhere. Like the idea of the legislation, or I'm sorry, the municipalities that basically controlled residency. If you were on the that was kind of like a first step of getting them out of the city, but that pushes them out into like trailer parks outside in the county limits, that kind of thing. You just kind of keep expanding the you're not welcome here kind of thing.
Right. To some point, they're in the water and out of America, right?
Eventually, yeah. I mean, that would be the goal. But then again, I want to say, if I'm going on my extremism, I want to say just toss them in the nearest volcano, lake, whatever, and get rid of them. Problem with that is that's too damn many. If you go down like all 50 states, these are hundreds of thousands of people. Anybody want to go on a killing
talking
spree?
about which demographic again?
It would be like going on a killing spree with a bunch of white people, and we're talking like at least 200, or no, somewhere around 900,000 people to just make disappear. I don't think anybody's going to do that and get away with it legally.
And who falls into that category again? That 900,000? Which
White
demographic?
people, white people.
No. I mean, as far so I know you're talking about
men
molesters.
No, beast.
So you're also talking about the people who screw animals too?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make sure Josh is talking about them.
Yeah, if you're on the sex offender registry, it won't matter whether it's an animal, a person, a child, an inanimate object. I think I've seen a couple cases of that. Somebody banging a tree. There's some weird stuff out there, right? All of these got to go, and they're all going to be on that registry. Epstein was on the registry.
Look at this. Luo with the $5 says, I'm an investigator for the sex offender registry in my city. And a lot of offenders that try to move here can't because the background check for renters. Okay. What the $5 says, I don't need to check it. My kids don't leave my side, and I'm suspicious of everyone. I move like everybody is a sex offender. You aren't omniscient though.
There is an argument that if you have a
hold on, Josh. I'm just telling mine. You're not omnipresent. That's what I meant.
Omnipresent. Yeah, you can't be everywhere at the same time, bro.
Everywhere at once, bro. So you'd be surprised what we'd be surprised what Josh. Am I mic good?
Sorry. Apologize. It's me.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. Just do yourself a service by just checking it, right? That allows you to have more eyes in more places just by proxy of having the information, you know? Aaron with the $2.
So here's my...
Hold on, John.
Oh, God.
Aaron with the $2 says, Mr. Ruckus, why don't you move away from black people then? It's expensive in that DMV. BMU with the $2.
That's most of his tenants.
Yeah.
BMU with the $2 says John looked like under the bed black nigga. What the hell? Bobby Bloom with the $5 says tell John to buy better weed so he can stop chain smoking Reggie. That's weed he's smoking like that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Habitual.
BMU with the $2 says Hamp, please put me and John on the undercard. I don't think he want to fight, BMU. Black man with the $2 says don't forget Dr. Klein. Look that up, Hamp. Dr. Klein? Okay. Is that the Penn State one? Aaron with the $2 says, this is the type of black man you don't let around your kids. Cash out with the $5 says, it's because they are the ones who taught the sexual deviance. They don't like to speak about it. It is a rabbit hole that keeps going with the LGBTQ. As Abe with the $2 says, we know who they are. Y'all don't. As Abe with the $5 says, okay, y'all keep up the same. I read this one, right? Yes. Ricardo with the $5 says, predators are known to go after the weak. This is their MO. And I read this one. Salute. Go ahead, Josh.
So I have an argument for if you don't have children and you don't care nothing about it. Sex offender registry has a direct impact on property value. If you have, let's just say 5 or 6 of them in within the same 4 or 5 neighborhoods, it has a direct impact on the market value.
Yeah.
I think the MLS is starting to even link the local state sex offender registry on it.
Oh,
so it has a direct impact on the market value.
Word is born. Oh, Klein is the one who, okay. Okay.
Yeah, also, like, you see
crazy,
how they are
son.
throwing up these
What you mean sneaking sperm in them? Sorry, go ahead, Mr. Williams. What?
Oh, shit. No, I was just saying, like, even now, if you see they're trying to build more halfway houses, that brings the property value down as well.
Yeah. Damn, son. Can your wife have a male OBGYN?
Who?
Anybody.
No, she got female.
I don't even think my girl would want a male OBGYN.
Yeah, but that's not even what I asked you.
Yeah. So my thing is I don't even think about that shit because if I have to, then you're not my wife. Perfect. If I have to think about my OBGYN, my wife's OBGYN is a male, and she don't think about that, you're not thoughtful enough for me as a woman. Just generally speaking.
Wow. What you think, Josh?
No, my old lady can't have no damn OBGYN. Hell no. Matter of fact, she's a 90-year-old mama son lady. It's nasty. Yeah, I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah, man. No, man. Shit crazy, boy. So he was just throwing sperm in them or his sperm?
Yeah.
What are we saying?
Yeah. Nah, he was using his sperm, hell.
Yeah, there's been some weird cases of people impregnating people in coma, all white. There's stuff out there.
Okay. So clarity.
Yeah, there's cases out there. There's no such thing as the weirdest thing you'd ever heard, because about the time that you make that statement, like this is the worst I've ever heard, somebody will surprise you with another crazy case.
Oh, tenfold. You kidding me?
Okay.
Like, people think they know what's going on with this Epstein piece. Right.
It's weird, bro. Think about this. We was having the conversation, right? In the Discord. You tell women don't dress a certain way, right? You know? Don't dress provocatively, you know? The truth is, do we understand... This was great. It was me, Shy, somebody else. Do we understand the mindsets of these perverts?
It don't matter.
But I know, 100%.
I don't think we're capable because it's unexplainable.
Yeah.
Wait. What do you mean?
So, like the mindset of a person who would have sex with a sheep, a person who will molest a kid, you know, a person who is willing to rape.
Yeah, Yeah, what they wear don't matter. It has
Yeah,
nothing to
and
do
see,
with
the
you.
thing is, this. I just want to say this part.
Well, that's
like,
not true.
well, you guys can get the floor. I just want to say this part. You know, we just trying to think of anything that you think would mitigate somebody that has that much perversion in their head, right? But that is often conflated with, well, it doesn't matter what she wear. We don't know what the fuck matters. You see, because we don't understand that type of mindset. We just saying, yo, we think this would matter. So we just saying, hey, let's mitigate. You know what I'm saying? But it's impossible to solve for that shit.
Yeah, I mean, think about the people that got foot fetishes. You feel me? Like, that's nowadays people got foot fetishes and shit. So now you really got to pay attention to everything.
Oh, Mr. Wave, you saying like if she got sandals on now, he hard as algebra 2 now.
Yeah, man, don't even get me started with these foot fetish fellas, man. Jeez.
Well, not the foot, but it's saying like the mind of a person who's willing to take advantage of somebody to that point. Like how do you fucking?
There's nothing you.
Yeah, like
there's nothing you can like. Again, we try to do this thing where there's defense against the mind of somebody that we just don't have. There is no defense against it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, you just gotta be attentive, y'all. You just gotta be attentive, man. You just gotta.
There's no. It's not a look, Mr. Williams. It's not a look at anything. That's how it gets so rampant, right? So that's why the Sandusky was able to do what he was able to do, and then they have a level of manipulation of the kids to where they do certain things to them, and they tell them, hey, well, this is just our little secret, and all this weird shit, and so on and so forth, right? So yeah, bro, you could never understand
all
it.
that shit. Yeah,
that's why again, I don't think we could ever understand it, because something like I say, it's inexcusable and it's unfathomable. Like I say, there's no excuse for sex crimes, against children or even wilder dogs and animals. Like the fuck.
Well,
not crazy.
Here's my problem with the statements being made right now. I think this is I don't know what the phrase is. Maybe Aaron or Josh knows the phrase for like when everybody is chanting one way. You ever seen the movie The Warriors, Hamp?
Yes.
So remember when they started yelling, the Warriors did it, and then everybody else just started yelling, the Warriors did it.
Yeah.
Even though they hadn't seen them come on like that kind of hive mind thing, right? Because I think this is incorrect. Is when you say, can you understand it? What you're asking legitimately is, do you agree with it? Now, understanding is not requisite of agreement, right? I don't have to understand you, or the reverse is true. Agreement is not the requisite of understanding. I don't have to agree with you to understand you. Yeah, I understand exactly why these white people like screwing animals. Yes, I understand exactly why they like to do it, because they have an attraction to it. You see Fantastic's face? That's my point right there, right? So there's people who study things, right? And people who study things, are they saying they agree with it? Are they saying they would do it just because they understand it? No, I'm not going to dumb myself down for the sake of nobody's audience. Yes, I can understand it. It's an attraction. I can understand attraction. And I'm not going to pretend like I can't. Now, I don't have that particular attraction. See how easy that is, right? Okay. Because I'm telling you now, the framing of the question is some bullshit. Saying, can you understand it, is you're legitimately asking, do you agree with it? Because you understand attraction. You do.
Well, no. It's supposed to get no. So even that, no, I don't. I cannot fathom an interspecies attraction that makes no sense to me from any way, shape, form, or fashion being. So what you're saying is, you're saying that in order for you don't have to agree with it to understand it. I agree with that premise. But me as a human being, I never seen a dog and became aroused. So it's literally unfathomable for me to understand how another human could look at another species and become aroused to the point of where I'm going to penetrate that animal. So even the attraction point that you're saying makes no sense to me, because even in other species, right, for the most part, a horse is not going to fucking try to have sex with a duck.
Got you.
So if an animal, so this is what I'm saying. So if we go by that basis, as to where an animal even understands the distinction of, okay, well, I can't be fucking that. That's not like me. That's that's how I'm seeing this. And human beings of a higher intelligence. So if the lower intelligent beings understands, hey, I'm not going to put my dick in that. That's not meant for me. Something of high intelligence is having like, hey, I'm not supposed to put my dick in that, or I'm not supposed to let that put his dick in me, Paul. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can't fathom it. It don't make sense to me.
But that's why I said you have to pay
hold on.
attention, y'all.
Pay attention to what?
You have to be attentive out here. You have to be paying attention to who's watching your kids, watching
That's
your
not
wife.
even what we're talking about right now.
That's not. Yeah,
That's not even what we're talking about right now.
Podcast. Just speaking on.
Right. So my thing is this though. Right. Again. So I'm gonna show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Nobody else on the panel is gonna admit this because everybody is super sophisticated and have the hive mind right now. I thought Jessica Rabbit was fine and a motherfucking nigga and got hard ons. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I wanted that cartoon bitch.
The cartoon,
I wanted Betty Boop. Hold on. I wanted Betty Boop. Right? The chick from the Avengers movie, the purple bitch. I wanted her too. I thought she was sexy as hell. Right? Are you saying it's impossible that there can be an alien, another species, who could come and you could be attracted to it?
Yeah.
I just need a yes or no. I just need a yes or no. I just need a yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Wait.
Attraction it works the same way. It's the same way how people view trauma, right?
No.
Can I finish, please? Because I'm pretty sure I'll be quiet when everybody.
Yeah, but you asked.
I did. I asked for a yes or no, and I got one. I asked for a yes or no, and I got one, didn't I? Okay, cool. So since I got my yes, and I absolutely all I need is one. I just need to know one person is understanding and not just listening to refute.
Context is coming.
Go ahead.
So here's what I'm saying. The point is I understand how attraction works, right? I'm not attracted to the same thing that everybody else is attracted to. Look how people talk about feet. Right? Oh my God, people with these feet fetishes, right? And yet women spend how many millions of dollars a year on getting their toes done? Right? So they got feet fetishes, and then the men like their feet as well, right? I'm saying, but not everybody's attracted to the same thing. I'm saying I don't want to dumb myself down just because we saying this shit that these crackers is attracted to is stupid. Right? It is stupid, but I'm not gonna pretend like I don't understand attraction. Well, he asked a specific question. I'm gonna answer it in the way that I think is most
but a couple of things. Go ahead.
Well, you the host. What you got?
Shit, nigga, you the host. What you got?
You muted, Aaron. Your sound went out. You muted.
My bad. Yeah, so I was going to provide context around my answer when I said yes, right? So the concept of attraction is something that we can understand, but it's the application that gets lost. When you say that is a possibility that there's an alien species that we find sexy, or Jessica Rabbit was sexy, it's because they are representative of something that is anatomically the same as what was supposed to be.
Like a vagina, Aaron?
Wait, Mr. Beans. I was quiet for you. Now, if you tell me this alien species has 7 legs, 3 wings, and has gills, no, I'm not going to be attracted to that. It's an alien species, and that's why I said the Na'vi from Avatar, because anatomically they are 99.9% the same as to what humans are supposed to be attracted to, unlike the species of canine. It is too far divergent so that the concept of attraction no longer applies. The application goes out the window. That's what we don't.
So here's the thing. The question that Hamp asked is, can we understand it? Can you tell us why they're attracted to these things?
We can understand that it exists, but we can't understand the application.
What? Absolutely. Can you tell us why they're attracted to these things?
No, what Beans, you kind of hijacked what I said though. I said I don't know what makes a man want a woman. Even I'm talking about rape. I'm talking about molestation, beastie. I'm talking about all that, right? So we say, hey, don't dress scantily clad because we don't know what will make a motherfucker be willing to rape you, right? But because we can't understand that mind, it don't make no sense to take a woman against her will. So it was beyond like an attraction thing, right? Women are attractive to me. But there's no appetite to take advantage of her against her will. That don't make no sense to me. So that's what I was saying. That's why we say when men are saying, hey, let's apply some mitigating factors. It's because we just thinking logically like what we think, but we don't know that mindset because it's such severe perversion.
Would you say that rape is equitable to theft?
No, not at all.
I'm asking him.
No.
I'm
rape is
for people
rape is his own thing.
No. I'm saying the act of it. I'm saying
taking
Are you
something
not
against
taking something?
Taking someone against somebody's will. Yes, and it's called rape though.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Not property.
But it's equitable to theft though, right? You're taking something against somebody's will forcibly.
Equitable?
Right, meaning you can compare the two. You can. I'm literally saying it out loud. It's taking something from someone.
Beans. Here's the thing: we're not agreeing about it being equitable. Now, this is like what you said about conceptually. I understand what you're trying to get at, but no, that is an unsafe because rape
so
is
everybody else can make sure
rape is just rape. It has its own definition.
Gotcha.
We understand what it is, right? So, but you're taking something against her will. So you said take something from someone against their will. I could see what you're saying. I just don't want to even conflate the things.
Right, but it's not. If I described it as that, you wouldn't say no. That's not what it is.
All rape is theft. All theft ain't rape.
There you go.
All right.
That part, right? So that's what I'm saying. Now, can I understand why a person would steal? Yes or no? It's not this hard. Y'all don't have to fight me. We're not disagreeing. So yes or no? Can I understand why a person would steal? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So that's all I'm saying.
Oh, wait. No. And that's why we
still disagree with shit that we understand.
My heart. That's why you can't play that game though, right?
What game?
The game that you just played, right? So that's why we pushing so back at the fact that rape and theft ain't the same, right? And then so then Aaron says what he says, and then your follow up is okay. Thank you, Aaron. So now, would you understand why somebody steals? Yes. And what does that have to do with rape?
Right. It don't fit.
Because it's the same principle.
No, that's why we disagree, Beans.
No.
Yeah.
It's wrong.
Yes.
We all accept the fact that it's wrong. Yeah. We passed that. You shouldn't steal.
Yeah, but hold on. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Chief.
Yes or no? Should you steal? Yes or no?
No,
so that's what I'm saying. We understand that
the argument we understood you were making. You said it was equitable from a taking point. Now you're changing.
I'm not. I'm saying what I'm saying is when I use the word equitable, what I'm literally saying is that it's the same thing. It's the same in principle that you're taking something forcibly from somebody else against their will. That's it. If you disagree that that's what it is, then fine.
Well, Chief, let me say this, Chief.
I'm not saying that's all it is. Do you understand that part?
Yeah, but hold on, Beans. That's what I'm saying.
So then what we disagreeing there?
Hold on. So all theft does not involve forcible. All theft does not involve forcible taking, bro. You don't have.
So you're making a not all argument.
What? No, I think most. Wait. I got it. Most theft does not involve forcible taking. If you really want to go that route, most theft does not involve fucking strong arm or forcible contact with a person. Most theft is done by a person just picking something up, taking it and leaving without any type of conflict or back and forth and so on and so forth.
Absolutely, but if you're taking something, if you're taking something from somebody, you're taking it from you. If it's theft, hold on, let me finish my sentence because you see me stuttering. If it's theft, you're taking it from someone, right?
Yes.
Okay, then. Yes. So what I'm saying is this: instead of trying to find where it's different, because I've already acknowledged they're not absolutely the same. They don't have to be absolutely the same. I'm only comparing them where they're the same.
Well, no.
So can we just acknowledge that first, or we can just move on? Because I'm not gonna do this dumb shit.
No, I can't acknowledge that. No, I can't acknowledge that.
Okay, then cool. Then we can move on. We can do something further. I'll talk to somebody about it.
We're not agreeing. He gave it to you, fantastic.
No,
he handed it right to you.
We're not agreeing on the word.
Difference is way bigger than it is similar.
Which
it's
is
like
what?
saying jaywalking and murdering is the same because they both are against the law. It's not
absolutely. Big Aaron, let me ask you a question. Big Aaron, let me ask you a question.
Wait, let me finish.
I just want to ask you a question.
Is it a clarifying question?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Big Aaron, watch this. Yes or no? Yes or no, Big Aaron? Is molesting kids and having sex with animals the same? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, but yet we're talking about both of them now. And we've been comparing them the whole episode. Yes or no?
I answer your question.
So I'm saying,
you said a clarifying question, Beans. Don't try to make an argument off the question. You wanted a clarifying question, but let me finish. If something exists on planet Earth, because it exists on planet Earth, it's the same. No, at some point, the umbrella that you use to hide everything that you compare gets too broad to where the comparison is no longer need to be made. There's no circumstance where the comparison could be justified because the umbrella is too big. Just because if it exists on this planet That does not mean everything on this planet can be said it's the same because it didn't come from Mars. That's crazy.
Yeah.
At some
Right, but
point, you
respectfully, that
got to
doesn't
narrow
apply
the
to
scope to justify the comparison, Beans.
Absolutely, but respectfully, that doesn't apply to this.
The direct application.
It doesn't, because this is very simple. You're taking something from somebody without their will, without their permission. That's all I said. There's nothing to argue about.
Okay, so
What the fuck are we arguing about?
Is all theft rape?
You're making a not all argument. I won't even
Yes or no
justify with a
question. You want
response.
yes or no answers,
No,
right?
because you're making a not all argument. I'm not going to justify it with a response, bro. Nothing is all. Nothing is everything.
Right. But
Watch this. Hold on. Wait. I'm gonna respectfully answer your question, Big Aaron. I'm gonna respectfully answer your question.
Look at theft and rape.
I'm gonna answer it because I want you to answer mine. So no, to answer your question. Hey, here you go. To answer your question, no. Now watch this. Is all rape forcible?
No.
Okay, then. Is all rape against somebody's will?
No. But that doesn't speak to the case.
You're making my argument for me.
He's not making
the fact that the answer is no is telling you that these are useless.
It's not what I'm saying, but you're still using it though. Is my point. We can still have a conversation about it.
No.
We can still call it rape.
HAMP didn't want to use it. You're the one using it.
No. What I'm saying is this. Fantastic tried to point out where it was different at. What I'm saying is this. You have different classifications of rape as well, but we're not trying to sit up here and distinguish those today. All I said was taking coochie is theft, right? I'm saying it's comparable to theft. Okay, but the reason why I'm saying that is because the same way how I understand that this nigga is desperate and that's why he's stealing is the same way how I understand that this nigga is desperate and that's why he's raping.
That's where it goes out the window.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
That's like saying you can understand.
It's not justifying because we already acknowledge that this.
You can understand eating shit because it might be high in protein because a dog shitted it out and they only eat protein. No, I don't understand that. Even though I can understand starvation.
Well, that's too bad for you because there are literally people we can get to come on a platform right now, and the only difference is they're gonna have letters behind their name, so y'all gonna listen to them. That's gonna be the only difference.
No. Beans,
stop
real quick.
lying, bro. If we get a motherfucker to come up here that studied this shit for real with letters behind their name,
be careful with the lying thing. Be careful with the lying thing, right? That's one of those things that I'm pretty keen on. This is why when we initially started the conversation, I rejected what you were even saying in the first place because comparing these two things. That's why I said no. Rape is rape. Theft is theft. But then we forced the concepts together. That's why initially I was like, nah, don't even compare those things. You see? That's because now the minutia is not? Because they're not compared. Because they're not compared. Hold on, y'all.
Everything is
my camera died. So I'm saying that instantly I said nope. Those are not two things you compare. Rape is unto itself. Right? You have similar things happening in terms of conceptually speaking, but rape is rape. Taking is the only thing that is similar, right? But rape is something that you never juxtapose with theft. That doesn't make any sense. That's what I was saying. Because they don't call it theft. They call rape. Rape is its own thing, bro. Rape has
they're not similar enough to be able to claim understanding.
Didn't you just say earlier that there are violent crimes that they don't list as violent crimes?
They're not similar enough to be able to use one to claim an understanding of another.
Well, let's just
now, didn't you just say earlier that there are violent crimes that they don't list as violent crimes?
Before we go there,
no.
we don't have.
You didn't say that.
We don't have a fundamental agreement of understanding.
Yes, and that's the key, right? So now we try to walk it. So Beans, you wanted to walk down something we never even agreed upon.
Bro.
You or I didn't agree that you could even compare the two, and then we kept talking about it. You see? Now, what I said because there was a couple of things you said that was said, like what we've been talking about, that's not it. Right? So these sexual crimes are violent crimes. They're miscategorized. They are violent, though. Rape is violent.
All sex crimes are violent crimes.
Yeah, and that's all. And so when they break it down, it makes the stat on violent crimes look like we are such an overrepresentation. If you combine them all, you might see something different. That was the key. Also, we were saying white men, right, have an affinity for those crimes. Bestiality, molestation. So white men was the topic, and then the crimes that they commit and overrepresenting were what we were discussing.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So you said those crimes were mischaracterized, right?
I think they're miscategorized when we look at the FBI stats.
Absolutely. So what is the argument that you're making to suggest that any two things can't be compared? Any two things.
Hamp, I can help you with this one. And what's up to the panel, by the way?
No, I'm speaking. All right, everybody got to fucking talk over me. Beans. The issue that we're having is when you're saying you understand something, you're having we can agree that there's a fundamental. But if I say, why did he do that thing? Can you give an explanation to that?
Yes. That's the point. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm not going to pretend like I don't understand.
Wait.
Like joining the mob.
Can you give?
I'm answering your question.
Can you give an explanation outside of because he's attracted to that thing?
Yes, because he's desperate. I just said that.
And you know that to be true.
Yes, absolutely. Like I said, Cheeky, it's the same thing when I study trauma. People look at trauma, right? So Fantastic was in the military, I was in the hood. Fantastic dodged bullets, I dodged bullets. But if Fantastic has PTSD, everybody is, oh my God, yes, man, I can understand why he's so traumatized. But if I have PTSD, or how do you have PTSD? You wasn't in no war, you never was in the military, but I also dodged bullets, right? Also, people look at trauma differently. You might have been beat on by your mama. Somebody else might have been cussed out by their teacher or beat on by their teacher. Or not even beat on by their teacher, but just cussed out by their teacher. So you see two kids being traumatized and you think, well, this one got hit on. How is this one traumatized when they only heard words? But trauma works the exact same way. Trauma is not the thing that happens to you. It is the effect of the thing that happened to you.
Okay, so you're saying you have a deep understanding of people.
No, I'm not saying I have a deep. I'm saying I have a understanding that when people do dumb shit, when people do desperate shit, I can see like that's some desperate shit.
And I think most people, I don't think anyone's disagreeing that there can be some surface that yes, he did it because he's desperate. But that's very surface level. I think when people are saying understanding, they mean in a complex way. Like, for example, if I say I understand something, if I say I understand mathematics, right, and I go, yeah, my understanding of mathematics is 2 + 2, and my understanding of mathematics is 2 + 2. But somebody say, do you understand what do you call it, rocket science?
Right.
The level of understanding is different. I can say I can understand rocket science to a degree, which is I know the foundational understanding of mathematics, but I can't say I understand rocket science. Would you agree with the statement, or you understand where I'm coming from?
I understand where you're coming from. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Why, Chiggy, me and you for 1 second, why would a person steal? How would they steal, bro?
I would think.
Wait, let me make it more clear.
Okay.
Wait. Thank you. That's a great answer. But just so I make sure for the edification of the audience as well, right? Why would a hungry person steal?
I think that a hungry person steals because they're hungry.
Right. They're desperate for food. Right?
Okay. Yes.
But so what I'm saying is this. We try to make it seem like there's some otherworldly level thing going on in the mind of human beings, and it's not. A lot of shit, the more you study it, you find out is really simplified. It's just that the thing we're applying it to is so ridiculous, like screwing animals. Like that shit is ridiculous, right? So you like, damn, it must be some otherworldly shit going on in their head. They must have been zapped by a neutron beam from Mars, and it's like, nope, just a human being, right? And it just so happens that it's whatever function that is in their brain and whatever function it is in our brain that causes us to have attractions. There's a planet to this weird ass shit, right? Maybe they grew up on a farm. Maybe because I heard about guys in jail, Cheeky, who used to on the those prison farms. The guys used to have sex. It was a guy particularly who was well known. I think is in East Moline, who let I want to say. If I'm wrong on the animal, forgive me. But it could have been like a cow or something. He put his thing in a cow's mouth and that motherfucker sucked all the skin off his shit. Why would he do that? Why is he out there putting his thing in a cow's mouth, right? That seems ridiculous. But I'm just saying the simplified version of it is the same humanistic shit that the rest of us have. I've seen people do this to homosexuals. It must be some otherworldly shit going on in their head that make them attracted to the same sex. And it's like, nope, it's the same shit as us. It's just applied somewhere different. That's it.
I think no one's overcomplicating it. We just disagree. So it's not even a measure of
what do you disagrey with? Say it specifically.
Right. We disagree with the behavior, right? It's not
We all do.
overcomplicated. It's not that we're overcomplicating, thinking like, oh, I wonder if his little girl. It's disagreeable, or his behavior is disagreeable, taboo, and unaccepted. So my mind doesn't want to do those things. I'm not going to understand that. It's not because there's some overly complicated thing. So it's not because we're overcomplicating it. We're just saying it's so detestable that there's no reason.
But you look at what you just said.
Hey, I gotta go, so we gotta make sure we go around so we can get it.
Okay.
But
let me say this real quick before we hop in.
Let me just respond to him. Fantastic. He was talking to me. Cheeky, listen to what you just said. You said we disagree with the act. We all disagree with the act. But my interpretation, now I stand it. I'm wrong. I don't know shit. All y'all smarter than me. But my interpretation of the question that Hamp asked is why they do it.
I know, B, but I didn't say that.
They do. We know what they do. We're saying it's wrong. So we know what they do. My interpretation, which I obviously was wrong, and I apologize to everybody. Y'all got it. I ruined the show. But my interpretation of the question is why they do it. And that's why I'm saying, well, I ain't gonna dumb myself down. I know why these niggas do this shit, because they fucking human. Because they got the same shit going on in their head as everybody else. They just applying it to this other shit because whatever fucking happened to them in their upbringing or whatever the fuck that caused them to feel that way. You know how people say, Cheeky, most times that they think that the homosexuals, something happened to them in their childhood that made them that way? Why we ain't applying that here then? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it got to be something, that's understandable.
But your reasoning still doesn't hold up, bro. Again, you use the hunger analogy towards what's the name. Hunger is necessary for you to survive. You don't need sex to survive. Okay, if you're going to fucking die of thirst or hunger, so on and so forth, of course, you do not need fucking sex from another person to physically fucking survive yourself. First off, desperation, no, that doesn't hold up either. Everybody that steals isn't desperate. You literally have a condition called kleptomania, to where a person is just fucking has the inkling to steal for whatever reason from a psychological standpoint. There's so many ways that your logic, your reasoning can be disproven from a medical standpoint and a psychological standpoint. And I just gave you two, right? To where, again, it does not align. Simply saying because something is taken is not the same as, again, you forcing yourself upon another human being. Okay, that would be akin to more assault than theft. Okay, it would be, but because you have to attack the person in the process. So even your analogy of the crime that you're choosing doesn't fucking line up, bro. You're physically forcing yourself upon another person, which would be assault, aka sexual assault, violent crime. All fucking theft are not the majority, and you already conceded to this. The majority of theft are not violent crimes. Because the majority of theft.
How can you argue that the majority of thefts are not crime when you just brung up a klepto
violent.
Absolutely. You don't know what I'm saying because you won't let me finish. How can you bring up that the majority of whatever it was you just said, but you just made the argument about kleptos, and majority of people who steal aren't kleptos? So why did you make that argument since that's not a majority argument?
What are you
talking about? The majority of people who steal aren't kleptos.
Okay, and the majority, but that's moot. The point of what I'm saying, that was from a
psychological. How do they steal?
It was a psychological standpoint, bro. That's not going to save you. That's not going to save you. That's not going to save you.
It's not going to save you. You can answer the question.
Okay, well, I'm answering the question. I already answered it. I attacked your argument.
Why are they stealing?
You because I directly refuted your desperation point, my nigga.
You said
Absolutely.
desperation.
I'm making that argument.
So again,
you can't. That's rude.
You can't. I did answer the question. Now you filibustering because I made the ultimate point.
The majority of
the ultimate point is this.
Kleptos, then why?
And it's crazy how you cut me off. You cut Cheeky off, right?
I'm just trying to get an answer to my question.
I already answered it.
If the majority of thieves aren't kleptos, then why are they stealing?
Because but whatever reason.
Whatever
it's not desperation. Hold on. It's
right?
not desperation though. There's no way for you to there's no two things. You can't fucking prove this for desperation. Right. And two, again, as I said, the most important point, the majority of theft are not violent crimes.
Right, absolutely.
All right, then. So it's over with.
But you're saying I can't prove it. You're saying I can't prove it. You saying I can't prove it, but your response to the question was whatever, which is also not proof. You're not offering anything to refute what I'm saying, but you're telling me I'm wrong.
I have the crime statistics to support in what I said of the ultimate point of the majority of theft not being violent crimes.
I got you. What does that have to do with the fact
over with regardless.
That's why you're
trying to rest on the klepto. My klepto point directly refutes your desperation claim. There's no way for you to measure desperation.
You're the one who keep making not the majority argument. You keep making that it's not the majority. So how can you use something that isn't the majority to argue against me?
Even off of that, I still refuted your overall point into where sexual assault and rape is assault. You don't even have the proper correlation of crime. So you lose either way. Good day, sir.
Okay, Mr. Fantastic, here's the question. I asked it again because people like to say you can't compare apples to oranges. Yes, the fuck you can. I can compare a volcano to a gym shoe. You can compare any two things that you want to compare. So I've asked this question several times. Nobody's answered it because you can't fucking answer it. What two things can you not compare? Because you keep trying to make a distinction between the crimes that I've already conceded to 30 minutes ago. Bro, you can have it.
No, you didn't concede. I was the first one to bring up that argument.
That's fine.
I was the first one to bring up the analogy. So
what I specifically did was just say, hey, in this way, this particular crime is similar to this crime in this way. Not every way, because I don't make all arguments. That's the shit you niggas do. I don't make not all arguments. That's the shit you niggas do. I said it's similar or comparable in this way. And I'm saying because of that, then I can look and I can say, what the fuck would make a human do that? And we know what it is. It's desperation. But for what though? Okay, now it's the specific thing that they're desperate for. I'm saying that's going to be the majority of the time. Now, if you think I'm wrong, offer me something besides your opinion. Because I guarantee you, if we start looking this shit up right now, it's gonna say what I'm saying. And then guess what niggas gonna do? All right, y'all, catch y'all next week. Thank y'all for showing up. Nobody ain't gonna say, damn, he had a point. I see why he was saying what he was saying.
So hopefully this time I can
don't worry, I'll look it up for you.
Hopefully this time I can respond to you not cutting me off, right?
That's not relevant.
Yeah, so hopefully you don't cut me off this time, right? So I'm gonna say it again, right? Your framing was wrong. Of course, I guess any nonsensical person can motherfucking compare the motherfucking sky to a piece of shit. But most sensible and reasonable people are going to be like, what the fuck are you comparing those things for? There's a very, very few to, if any, thing to compare to, right? So if you just want to say some shit for the sake of saying some shit, yeah, you can compare anything, right? Of course, right? But again, if you're having a reasonable, sensible conversation or debate, you don't do that, all right? So then firstly, you've already conceded to the point of where nothing you saying is other than speculation. Because I promise you what you're not going to do is you're going to pull up anything that's able to motherfucking show me that the majority of people or even a substantial number of people are stealing out of desperation. No, that's not. And furthermore, like I said, my klepto bringing that up was to directly fucking counter that. Just your desperation claim. When again, we know that there's a a condition called kleptomania, to where hey, people just want to steal for whatever fucking reason, psychological reason, they like to steal shit, take shit, right? Furthermore, again, I broke your shit down to where the vast majority, we're talking about violent crimes here. The initial premise is that sex crimes are violent crimes, especially we're talking about rape. Okay, you jump to, and before anybody could whatever, the crime you chose was theft. Oh well, it's taking something, so you're taking, and then. I was the first one to bring this up to the point, so you couldn't concede to it because I just brought it up now for the first time. A different crime that will be more fucking applicable because it's literally included in the name of it as it being assault, being that you have a direct fucking interaction with a person and you are hurting and harming that person in order to complete the act. Okay? That's not the case in the majority.
What's the point of highlighting where it's different? I'm not understanding that. But I'm not understanding why you're highlighting.
Willie got to go.
Can I give it to you in 5 seconds?
Willie and Mont got to go, bro. So it is what it is.
Can I give 5 seconds?
Nope, because I need those 5 seconds. It's going to be real quick.
Go ahead. You got it.
The reason why that was a dumb comparison is because comparison is only useful when the two things being compared share a relevant feature. Rape and theft do not share one of those things. 2, theft is about property. Rape is about you taking someone's autonomy and you violating their person. So there is no world in which anybody with sense or understanding just of the definitions of the two words were being used, theft and rape, can say those two things are comparable. And then anyone who understands that, again, for something to be compared, the two things that are being compared have to have a similar feature, which is why people say you can't compare apples to oranges, because they don't have similar features when you're comparing them. They don't have similar taste, and you can't say whether they're similar in origin because they're both fruits. That's not what we're talking about. And only the people who use that type of line, who want to attack it from that standpoint, are the ones that have already inherently understood and accepted that they're wrong, and they just want to continue to be wrong, and they don't want to admit it out loud. Anybody comparing theft to rape, that is the wildest shit that I have heard on this show or on the internet in 2026. Because when you steal something, you go to the grocery store, you steal some shit. If I go to this grocery store and steal some bread, do you think they say I raped the grocery store? Fuck no. If you go steal some pussy, they're not gonna say, oh no, he didn't steal pussy, he raped her. Like, we can't say that these words have meanings, and we can't try to have like all these pseudo intellectual conversations about this silly shit when it's literally, y'all had all this back and forth. It took 2 sentences to prove everything he said. 2. And then if you want to add 2 more, here's the definitions of the words that he's using. There is no world in which it should be acceptable for moral men to compare theft and rape and say that they're comparable or they're the same thing. And there's no argument that can be made morally or ethically, and I'd almost say intelligently, that can prove otherwise.
Cool. So can I ask you a question, Willie?
Go ahead.
Glad to know we're not on good terms anymore, but that's fine. Here's my question.
It's a stupid argument. I don't think
Here's
you're a
my
bad
question.
person.
Cool. Here's my question. Would you say that between rape and theft, one of them is more of an egregious crime and probably needs to be focused on more than the other?
Would I say that one is more egregious and one is, yes.
Yes. Well, you just compared them literally in front of us right now.
No, I didn't compare them. I compared the egregiousness of the crime. I didn't compare the crime.
Absolutely. You compared the component of them. You did. You just compared. Let's ask Josh. Josh, did he just compare them in front of me? Did he just take the 2 crimes and say that one of them was more egregious than the other? Is that a comparison? Or do we all just want to keep saying that Mr. Beans is always wrong? At no point do you ever admit when he's correct about anything.
This is
low. You still doing that for 2026?
This is a low intellectual standard. Low.
That's fine. But what you don't like is the fact that Mr. Beans is right. He said something couldn't be done, and we just proved that it could be. And he's not a low intellectual, and he did it. He's very intelligent, regardless of what he think about me.
I'd like to answer.
Do it all day long, Big Aaron. Or you could just say, yes, he just compared the 2. You could do that. Right? So here's hold on, Josh. You took too long. So here's the other thing, Willie. Guess how they determine which crimes they need to invest more money into? Which things probably need more manpower to deal with? Guess how they do that, Willie? They compare them. Ain't that some shit?
Oh.
Ain't that some shit?
They're shared features in something that's being compared. You're not comparing those things.
Absolutely.
Those things are components in something else. They're considerations in something else that you're considering. But the part you're missing is you would claim understanding of one thing because you were able to compare it to another. Just because you can compare 2 things doesn't mean you can take the understanding that you have in one thing and apply it to the other. Just because you can make a comparison. That is incorrect.
Absolutely. But you're not proving that I'm not doing that in this situation.
You tried to do it. You said, because I understand this, I can understand that because they share this feature, and it's bullshit.
Absolutely. That, again, I'm not going to Cheeky's point. I'm not going any deeper than that, though. I'm not trying to say, the root cause of their desire or the root cause of their attraction. I'm not going that deep. I'm just saying on the I'm gonna use the word that Cheeky used on the surface level. Yeah, I can kind of understand it. I can.
Yo,
I
let me
understand exactly why they do dumb shit because human beings do dumb shit all the time.
Yeah, let me.
If you were saying that, like, if you had said, I'm not saying that rape and theft are the same thing. I'm saying they're two different wrongs, but can still be compared on severity. You'd have an argument. You'd have an argument there. But what you're
But I
doing
already
is saying
stated that earlier at the beginning, Willie. Maybe you missed it. I stated that earlier.
But what you're saying now is that because I can compare a paper cut to a gunshot on a pain threshold, that those two things are comparable, as if you would not rather have a paper cut than a gunshot. That's what you're doing.
That's not. It's not. Wait, see, that's not. You can't say that I'm doing that if I already stated that one was wrong. If I already stated that they both was wrong, and I know that one is worse than the other. So you can't say I'm doing that. I've already stated that.
Yeah.
So you can't say I'm saying, oh, I'd rather have one, and I already stated that they both was wrong and one was worse than the other.
It's not what I said either. But what I'm saying is you're ignoring the scope of these two things, and it's intentional.
I'm not. That's the point. No, but Willie, that's what I'm saying. Just because I'm speaking about it from my perspective does not mean I'm ignoring something else. I'm just speaking about it from my perspective. We saw a guy come up here and try to tell these men on this panel that they were ignoring the problems of black people just because they were talking about white people. And now the same thing that he accused them of doing, they're doing to me. Y'all doing to me. Because I'm talking about the part of it.
So let me.
I'm talking about is specific, Willie. That's all I said. All I said was,
hold on,
I use that component to say that I have an understanding of why human beings do the shit that they do.
Yeah,
That's all I said.
And I think it was really because kind of what you were saying was kind of mirroring what I was saying earlier. Although you said it, I think I liked your examples and such. I think that when Beans and I simply disagreed on even the comparison in itself, right? That's probably like the long and short of it. You know what I'm saying? The theft to the rape, like I can't even, and my understanding, Beans, is I can't understand that mindset. I don't know what, I don't know that level of desperation and as it pertains to beasts as an example. I can't fathom that. You know what I'm saying? So I was saying strictly, I can't understand what it make you even think like that. You know what I'm saying? That was my overarching thing. You know what I'm saying? So let me get y'all salute the Mont, Willie, Josh. So let's do some final thoughts on this just because I got to rip and run here. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mont.
Real quick, I thought I could kind of help the situation just now. And I think it comes down to words. We were using the word compare, and technically Beans is technically right because you can compare technically anything. But I think the problem is that we thought he was equating them, and that's kind of drawing similarities between the two. I think that was kind of the issue.
Well, that's the key, right? Because that's what Beans and I were going back and forth about too. Because remember, he was saying equitable. He was using that word, and so we were kind of that maybe was our where we bumped. I don't even know if bump heads, but we just disagreed. Like, nah, I can't see those things. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So go ahead, finish your thought. My fault.
And I think what Beans and Fantastic was talking about earlier, I think where Fantastic was right at, where he kind of had, I guess you can say, a trump card, is all he had to do to disprove what Beans was saying is that people steal for this reason, was to give you another reason that people steal for. And since he gave you one of them, like, we could explore all the rest of them, but he gave you one which technically kind of made him right about that. But also I would say that I would have still pushed back on his point because sex is one of those things that in all different species, you do have a biological driver that tells you to do it, right? I'm not saying it's like hunger, right? But to a degree, there's some sort of chemical that tells you need to go do this, right? So I think that's worth a little bit of pushback. It's one of the only things in the world that we know that we're supposed to be doing. Eat, poop, fuck. Like, it's just one of the small few things that we know we're supposed to be doing. So I just wanted to kind of interject in that in there, because I don't have a side of the argument, but I thought that those two things would help us get to whatever the truth is.
I still appreciate that, man. Damn, man. You took it deeper. Thank
you. Yeah. I could see it. You're saying like biological imperative. I think that I don't know. I gotta go. So that's like a whole nother.
Yeah, that don't work though, bro. That part of the biological imperative doesn't work for that, as far as like, because even in that case, right? Nah, man, it don't work. But like I said, we don't got enough time to explore that. It doesn't work the same way. Like I said, hunger is something that directly you don't need sex to survive yourself. The species may need it, right? So that's something that you're going to do to keep yourself going. Being in the fact that you don't, and that doesn't even involve another person. So eating is something as to where it's completely and totally autonomous of yourself that you have to do in order to keep surviving, right? Eating, breathing, like you said, pooping, all that other shit, right? Once other people get involved, bro, yeah, no, it's just totally different because now you infringing upon somebody else for at the very least pleasurable. That's pleasure, right? I mean, shit, you can use your hand, right? You don't have you trying to bust a nut. You can go buy some pussy. You can go buy a fake pussy. So that's what I'm saying. You have too many alternatives in order for you not to resort to forcing yourself upon another human being. The same way when it goes to what's name.
Yeah.
So it is.
I'm not saying that we're dogs, right? But have you, just for an example, have you ever seen a dog hump nothing?
Yes.
Because there's something inside of that. There's something inside of his biology that tells you do this right now. Hump it.
Since Sam has to go, here's my final thought. Okay. If you don't go when you want to go, when you do go, you'll find you're going. Support the channel.
Yeah. That's you got the Yeah, there's a level of perversion in the earth that helps your point, right? But we have to remember, like, the levels of promiscuity, perversion, whoremongering, whoring, right, is what people got this biological imperative to have sex out of whack. It was intentional before. Now this shit is all over the place. So go ahead, Josh.
This discussion was just flat out disturbing. Got derailed twice, should have never been derailed. I fundamentally agree it's a white people problem. I also fundamentally agree that I think black people would be in a better position to deal with it in large metro cities, at least by large numbers dealing with it. We didn't get a chance to get to mitigation, or in my case, I would promote the idea of eradication. There are ways of going about this. Go deal with your city commissioners, county commissioners. You can constitutionally get these people to not be able to legally reside within a township. I've never seen a case of a county, but I guess eventually you can get that way if you push back on it. I don't give a damn whether we want to try to find ways to justify it or understand it. I want it gone. And I think probably the focus should have been on how to get rid of it as best as we possibly could. We just didn't go in that direction. So I apologize for that.
Yeah, Josh, I think, like you were saying, I think the reason why I didn't even, like, when we were going back and forth about that, is because you mentioned that it has scaled up over time, even when you guys try to eradicate it yourself. What I think the most culpable, most palpable, most viable conversation is mitigating. Like you said, taking people out your neighborhoods, restricting them from coming in your neighborhoods, checking registries, being present, being, those things, because the prevalent nature of it. Where these people work, what do they do? What are their inclinations? Like, that's a substantive piece that I think is more realistic than, like, eradication, like you mentioned, So, go ahead, Mr. Williams.
Salute to the panel. Check. Great show. I know we got work to do, but the one thing about that biological shit, I don't give a damn when you raping children. That's sick as shit. And women. That is so fucking sick. So we need to get that together as far as how we wording that. That is sick as hell to touch a child, to force women and kids to do shit like that, man. We got to do better, man, with our messaging. Seriously. But salute to everybody, man. Y'all have a great day.
Willie, what's popping? I didn't even say what's up. You was goody.
Bad, it's all good. You said what's up when I came on.
Okay.
You got me.
Word.
Yeah. If you out here touching kids, I hope that you are murdered in front of your family members on your birthday. That's the most egregious and disgusting thing that a person can do. And I think a lot of you guys know I spent a large portion of my career putting those types of people under the jail. So if that's the thing and we're trying to say that's biological, then we also need to make sure that that's not, those people are also barred from working anywhere near a school or a daycare, just to be safe. And two, if you ever think me disagreeing with you means I don't like you, you are sadly mistaken. Nigga named Beans. But yeah, if we ain't I'm not gonna agree with everything. And just because I don't agree with you doesn't mean I don't respect you or think you're saying a bad person unless I tell you that, which you guys know I will. So let's protect our kids. Let's saying take no after the first no, understand that's rape. And if a woman telling you no, don't make your dick soft, you probably need help too.
Beans. Miss Linda here?
Yeah, so I just want to make sure I clarify, right? We all know wrong is wrong. This conversation for me wasn't about what's right and what's wrong. We know what was right and what's wrong. I do want to thank Willie for proving in the very instant that you can be wrong. And when I say you, I don't mean him. I just mean people, period, right? Like we literally compared something that was said you can't compare, and you can, right? Is the point is we just saw in this space somebody go around and basically say, because you had a conversation about something that we all deem is wrong, and we don't want you to have a conversation about it, I'm gonna put jackets on y'all. It's not right, bro. You gotta be willing to have a conversation, bro. Just some of us are willing to go deeper than others. You know what I'm saying? So, I wasn't trying to take a shot at the panel when I said that I'm not gonna dumb myself down. That's my verbiage. I've been saying that for years. That's how I speak about myself. It's how I remind myself not to do it. I was just saying in general, I'm not. I feel like I can understand why people sometimes do some of the things that they do, even if I can't understand what it is that they're doing, even if I can't comprehend, you know what I'm saying, the level of which whatever is driving them to do the things that they do from a human perspective. I am going out of my way to try to humanize men, right? I want to be one of those people who can study things like psychologists, therapists, and those folks who have an understanding of people. And you could do it sometimes without the demonization, even though I do have a show called The Stupid Detention. Right. So, but that's just my point about it. That's all I was saying. We all agreed that, the two things was wrong, but they both was crime. They have their similarities, and it's okay to talk about that.
Mr. Fantastic.
Hey, shout out, man. Shout out today. Great conversation. It's good to see a lot of things play out in real time, prove points and things we were saying for the overarching message. Predator fatigue is real. Okay, I suggest you guys, most of these things that are contrived, right? Black fatigue, that whole movement, hashtag or whatever, was something that had big money and certain people put behind it. But there are still organic movements and hashtags and things that can happen. So I suggest that anytime you see stories of this, and I've been doing it, and they caught a little bit of steam, man. But again, they try to stamp these things down. Put the predator fatigue when you see stories about this, bro, and share it. Make it aware. Put it in the face of the public to where it cannot be denied. Because clearly, there are people at hand or in the behind the curtain that don't want these stories heard. Right? Until this stuff start coming around, and I start actually doing it, and the uptick in this is serious, right? But again, because white women educators are becoming huge perpetrators of these crimes against children. The language in it is changing, and even more importantly, like I said, with these dogs, man, and whatever kind of animals. At the end of the day, crime is crime, but there are clearly levels of crime, and certain shit is just despicable and inhumane, bro. And anything to where you're forcing yourself sexually upon children and animals is completely unacceptable. Michael Vick did nothing wrong.
Yeah, man. 100%. I just want to make sure that we, start to continue to analyze these things, because when they are characterizing violent crime, I think they had it wrong for a long time. We were allowed to be demonized to an extent to where the propaganda is the sentiment, and essentially it's taken as fact, and so I think that we just need to realize what it is that we're dealing with, so we understand the machine. And so like I was saying, I can't fathom that shit. You rape, molestation, all that shit deserve for your life to be taken point blank. I argue those people are dead after that happens to them. And so I just cannot fathom the mindset. You would think that the more you understand it, the more you can identify it. I simply can't unfathom it. You know, and maybe that's just one of my shortcomings. But I can't fucking understand it. I can't see a way around it. You know what I'm saying? So I got a lot of daughters too. So this maybe I'm like sensitive to it because I have a lot of daughters.
I ain't think about that.
So I just, I always tell my daughters, even in the house, cross your legs, do this, just be as womanly as possible, because I don't know what would make a person want to take advantage of you. So I just do the things that I understand that what may mitigate, so I don't have to fucking kill nobody or die myself, because those are the options. So yeah, man. Damn. All right, y'all. Y'all be safe. Get your tickets to Houston. Mr. Fantastic got a fight on his hands. Mumu was just in the chat. We're going to get it popping. You heard? Jump in the Discord. Let's have some fun, man. I'll see you tomorrow. Most high willing. You
leaving this up?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can I react to it?
Yes, sir.
Willie, you welcome. Come through, bro.
I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Be safe and do the right thing, man.
Come through. I'm about to react to it.
Like, share, subscribe.
Right, DM me, baby.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
All right.
Love you, Ham.
Love you.
Salute, Fantastic.
Y'all be
got
safe.
a bunch of content I got to put out, man, because I built. I started editing last night.
We can kill all this. We can kill all this. Say do you want to be next?
Anytime you ready, baby. I was supposed to be there.
Ooh, I'm with it.
I'm
with it. We can do it.
Knocks out everybody and no one can whoop him. That's when that little Cassius Clay from Louisville, Kentucky came up and stopped Sonny Liston, the man who annihilated Floyd Patterson twice. He was going to kill me. He hit harder than George. His reach was longer than George. He's a better boxer than George. And I'm better now than I was when you saw that 22-year-old undeveloped kid running from Sonny Liston. I'm experienced now, professional. Jaw's been broke, been lost, knocked down a couple times. Bad. Been chopping trees. I done something new for this fight. I done wrestled with an alligator. That's right. I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. That's bad. Only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick. Man, dude. Fast. Last night, I cut the light off in my bedroom, hit the switch, was in the bed before the room was dark. Incredible. Fast. Incredible. And you, George Foreman, all of you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him. All of you. I know you got him. I know you got him picked, but the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.